What's going on? What's going on, my good people? Welcome to another episode of Let the Film Speak. I am one of your hosts, Chop, here with my main man, Willie Jack. And of course, we welcome him in our film fam right away, man. We had day one game, Jarrell slid in the building. We got Sis in the building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in here. Willie Jack, how you feeling, bro?
Oh, I'm feeling good, bro. I was about to say, like, bro, did you introduce me?
Bro, you be listening, bro. You be lost. I said, I am one of your hosts, Chop, here with my main man, Willie Jack. What's up, bro?
Hey, motherfucker. Hey, I'm gonna tell you though, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't realize, like, my speaker was turned down, so like I thought I couldn't hear you a minute ago because you was on your phone, but I couldn't hardly hear you just now either. That's why I was like, man, hold on. Then I turned it up.
I see what's going on, man. I see Willie trying to beef with me today, y'all. I see what's going on.
Hey, you know it's an emotional day for your boy, man. You know it's an emotional day, man.
You feeling good? You feeling good? Is that what's going on?
Man, mixed bag, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, but you know what I mean? Could have been a little better, man.
Hold on. First off, I'm finna start calling you Miles because if you should be feeling better, you know what I'm saying, than more than you do worse. You know what I'm saying? Because
I definitely do.
Your actual team came up with a W. What you talking about?
Wait, no, all right, let me. So this is like, like imagine like, like it's payday, you feeling good, and then like you step in some dog doo-doo. So it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's still a good day. Payday still feel good, but
you still got money in your pocket, but your foot stink.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's payday, you know what I'm saying? You finna go out, you finna go do something, and then like bird drop on your windshield. You know what I mean? Just like, just like, come on, man. Somebody had to just rain on my little parade, man. But it's still all good, though. Yeah.
I feel you, man. We got somebody come in. We got moms in the building. What's going on, moms? How you living? Then we also got we also got somebody tuning in from Facebook, man. Come on over to YouTube, man. Y'all know where we at, man. We can't tell who you are because you comment from Facebook. Come on over to YouTube. Check us out, man. This is Let the Film Speak, man. Y'all know where we at, man.
Hey, hold on. Who is that? What's good, fellas? Hey, what's going on with you, big dog? Come over to the penthouse, dog. Come on, man. Go ahead and pull up. Go pull up in the penthouse. We can see your name, bro.
Facts, man. Facts. Man, we got a good show for y'all, man. What a crazy week of football, man. So y'all know what we do today. We go through all the games, man. Give y'all the recaps. Talk about when we was wrong, when we was right. And y'all know we're going to brag a little bit. Y'all know we're going to talk a little bit of that trash. Y'all know we're going to jump into the games like that, man. So that's how we're going to do it today. And first and foremost, man, I got to give everybody an update. I didn't put the update out on Facebook today, but I'm going to let y'all know right here, right now, where we're sitting at, man. We have a new leader. Jarrell was the leader last week, man, but we got a new leader, man. Jared is sitting up top of that list, man, sitting with 87 wins, man, on the season. He's sitting at 87. Jarrell sitting right behind him, sitting at 86. And then we got you sitting right behind actually y'all tied. I'm sorry. Y'all tied. You and Jarrell are tied this week, man. Y'all both sitting at 86, right behind Jared, who's in first place, man, sitting at 87, man. So y'all right there. You're right there in the mix, man. What's up? Talk to me.
Flag on the play. So what you telling me is that I would have regained the top seat had you gave me all the information. No, don't worry. We'll get to it. Don't you worry.
We definitely gonna jump into it. Because I gave you what I had.
You gave me. I feel like I had partial information. I feel like it was some sabotage.
Listen, bro. I had $5. I gave you my $5 that I had in my pocket. I ain't had nothing else in my pocket.
Yeah, all I got is $5.
I gave you my $5, and now you asking for more. Like I should have had some more money on me. You know what I'm saying? Because you came up short at the store. Because you wanted to.
You good for it.
Ain't nobody asked you to get two ice cream sandwiches. You could have just came away with one. You went and got two. I ain't asked you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now you want more money than what I had in my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I'm making a healthy lifestyle change, man. Let me get some Gatorades, man. Let me get something else.
These cats ungrateful, man. They ungrateful out here, man.
Basically what that means is y'all got one more week to keep my seat warm. You know what I'm saying? And then the king is back, baby. Come on now, let's go.
All right, I heard you, man. But look, man, before we jump into the show, we got house rules, man. We're gonna let y'all know right now. We got some house rules, of course, man. And the first house rules, man, me and Willie Jack, of course, this is our crib. You know what I'm saying? So that means we provide the entertainment. So I need y'all to like this, man. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Share it. That's the second thing, because I don't want y'all to be selfish. Share this, you know what I'm saying? Get it out to your partners. Get it out to your friends. Get it out to everybody you need to get it to. That way we know exactly what's going on here, man. Y'all know what's going on. And then last but not least, And if y'all want to know when the next time we're going to be in here, I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to hit that notification bell and subscribe. That way, when we come back live on here again, y'all know exactly what's going on. Y'all know when we here. It's Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, man. Y'all know where we're going to be each and every week. That's how we do it. That's how we get down. And that's the way it's going to be from here on out. But now, we got to jump into some of these games, man. Let's get right to it, Willie Jack. We got some crazy games this week. First one we're going to touch on, though, is the one from Germany, man. We had a Munich game this week, and where we had Seattle and Tampa Bay duking it out overseas across that water, man. And Tampa Bay came away with this W, 21-16. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, bro?
Man, you know what? I didn't get to catch the game live. I had to go back and try to piece it together as best way I could. But honestly, man, my bad. Hey, Cletus, dog, get off the Facebook, man. Come holler at me and come get on the YouTube with me, big dog. Come on now. Come on, slide to the penthouse. But yeah, no, man. So of course, I had Seattle winning the game. I think we both had Seattle winning this game. Honestly, man, the run defense for Tampa Bay had been on, you know what I'm saying, had been, I guess, on a downturn, so to say. And so I was looking for Kenneth Walker to maybe have a day. But honestly, man, he gets held in check. I got his numbers here as well, man. Yeah. 10 for 17, probably the worst game of his young career. Geno 23 for 33, 275, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I guess well, not play of the game ain't the right way to say. Whose idea was it to call a throwback pass to Tom Brady on the left side? Whose idea was that? And this is the thing I don't like.
No, let's skip past that part. You know what I'm saying? Let's skip past that part. Who told Tom Brady that if the ball was thrown on the target, he said he was gonna mouse him? And he made a post saying if he'd have put that ball a little bit further, you know what I'm saying, or if he didn't slip, he was going over the top.
And he was going up top?
He was going over the top, like Randy Moss. And he put a picture of Randy Moss going over the top of somebody back in his heyday in Minnesota, man. He said he was going over the top if he wouldn't have slipped, man. He was letting everybody know, hey, if my cleats wouldn't have came from under me, somebody was going on a highlight reel. And that definitely would have been, that might have been, out of all the stuff Tom Brady's done, man, that might have been the dopest highlight of his career. Easy. If he came with that.
I'll tell you right now, had Tom Brady went up top on well, I guess it was the rookie kid, Woolen, but he's a big boy. Yeah. He's about 6'4". He went up, first off, bro, that poster gonna be worth $1 million. That photo, that poster, that game ball, that's gonna be worth money, something like that, because I gotta have it. If I see Tom Brady show a 42-inch vertical, he had to get up there to get over top of Woolen, boy. Yeah, he had to get up there now. Like, yeah, that could have just, boy, that'd have made my damn night, just seeing the highlights of that. And then imagine Woolen as a rookie having to carry that for his whole career. Well, he could have ruined that boy professional life. Any locker room, first off, in his own locker room, he ain't gonna never live that down.
Bro, he could have an all-pro year every year after that. If I'm his teammate, it's gonna be year 9. I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, you straight got marked by Tom Brady.
Hey, every time he do something good, it's gonna come back up. 3 picks this game. Now, had you only been able to get up there with Tom, you'd be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd have been worth something.
You ain't do Tom like that, so you ain't gonna do Tom like that, though. Oh, okay. Okay, that's how you feel. Okay.
Big facts, man. Big facts. But yeah, man, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I got you. But I got a chance to watch a little bit of this game too, man. And to me, it looks like Tampa Bay and Tom Brady are starting to get back into that groove, man. And they start to resemble, I wouldn't say look exactly like, but started to resemble that team we thought they were going to be and the team they've been in the past few years with that good run defense, man. That good run defense. They didn't allow Ken Walker to get going. They actually were able to run the ball pretty well with the combination of Fournette and Rashad White, over 150 yards on the ground. And Tom Brady, when he's operating that play action, he's able to hit those tight ends and those crosses over the middle, man. Hey, that's when Tom Brady is at his most dangerous, man. So they were able to get back to it. They looked pretty good. Came away with this W against a team that's been playing some really, really good ball. Yeah, man, they came away with it. I would say this for Seattle, man, and I thought about this. This is a 9-hour. You always talk about the hour difference, you know, going from one side of the United States to the other, Willie Jack. But this was a 9-hour difference, you know, for this the Seattle team, man. 9-hour difference. That game was like Seattle playing 6:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think if you had to play a full-on football game at 6:30 in the morning.
Bro. Yeah, I should have thought of that. I normally be thinking that. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you usually do. You usually do. But I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would have played if I would have picked Tampa Bay still, because before that game,
the way they was looking
like a struggling team. So I ain't mad about it, man. But I would say they came away with that W, man. They came away with a good game. So you know, what I'm saying, that's how that started off. On to the next game, Willie Jack. Let's go into the rest of the Sunday slate, man. The games that started at 12 p.m. Central Time and on, man. And hey, forget it, man. Let's start it off with the banger, man. Let's start it off with what most people would say the game of the year thus far, and it may end up being the game of the year when it's all said and done, man. We had Minnesota going to Buffalo to take on the Bills, and Minnesota came away with this W, 33-30, man. 33-30. And I'm gonna talk to you about this one, Willie Jack. Now I know this your boy, right? I know this your boy. And in this specific game, I've seen some of the craziest plays that you'll ever see. Okay? Some of the craziest plays. One, I seen Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, Willie Jack, I'm gonna talk to you about this. I should have pulled this one up on you. Justin Jefferson had something to say to you when you mentioned Stephon Diggs being the second best receiver.
Oh man, y'all love trying to misquote your boy, man. That's good, man. All right, we'll get into that. Go ahead, though.
You said he was Stephon Diggs was the second best receiver in the league at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Justin Jefferson had something to say about that. He said, "Hey, bro, hold on now. And before you start crowning these cats, man, you forget who I was. I know that's your boy, and I know you ain't forget about him. I know he your dog.
Oh, you know
but hey, at the end of the day, man, this dude, he came ready to ball. 10 catches, 193 yards, and a touchdown. And the most impressive one was the one-handed mouse. The one-handed mouse when it was in the hands of the defender. He had two hands on it. Justin Jefferson goes up and snatches it from him on the ground, wrestles the ball away from him, man, for one of the biggest catches of the game. And they end up going down. Now, they still wasn't able to punch it in, but Buffalo gave the game away. That's what I'll say about this. Buffalo gave this game away. They get the ball turned over. They on their own goal line, and they fumbled the snap. Gave Minnesota a touchdown. Took their game. It took their game away for Buffalo, man. Buffalo had it in their hands, and they fumbled it away. Literally, they fumbled this game away. So great game, very exciting game. A lot of great plays, but Minnesota came away with it, man. Go ahead, talk to me.
All right, man. So now I just have to wait. All right, let me touch it. So I definitely agree. So this game. This is one of those games where now kudos to Minnesota for thugging it out, bro, and making them plays when they had to. That play for Justin Jefferson on its own, that's a spectacular catch. If nothing else, that is still a top 3 catch you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's remarkable. Now add on to the fact that play came on 4th and 18. You know what I'm saying? So like the circumstances couldn't have been no realer, or you know what I'm saying? It could have been more dire of a situation. And just like you said, that's an interception. You know what I'm saying? Like it should have been. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You got young Jettis out there. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what he do. And so tremendous play by him for sure. Man, went up top and went and got that thing, man. But this for me now, Minnesota, like I said, does get this done. And this is where I am with Buffalo, man. And so I said this. I think I said this. If not the Jets game, then the Dolphins game. I think the 2 losses prior to this loss for the Vikings that the Buffalo has suffered. And what I was saying then is that like Big Josh, man, it looks like he's out there actively chasing big plays. You know what I'm saying? Like he's actively out there like trying to force like splash plays in some of these instances. And it's one of those things where it's biting them here, especially in the last few weeks. Like I said, like what? This is the 3rd loss in 5 weeks, I think it is, like the way it's broken down. But the thing about that is that the way that they're losing these games tells me that these are games that they still could, you know, these are still games that if not for them beating themselves, just kind of like you were saying, that they still beat these things. And there's two plays that really cost them this game. Now, there's more plays than that, but the 2 plays from Minnesota that really stand out to me, because the game should have been over on that 4th and 18. If not for Justin Jefferson going all time on that play, the game's over right there. And then now this other play. Now this was earlier in the game. I want to say it was the end of the 3rd, or maybe it was the top of the 4th. But Dalvin Cook's touchdown run. Dalvin Cook breaks loose for 80 yards and runs a touchdown. I can't remember the down and distance on that play, but you got to remember Dalvin Cook was pretty much held in check this whole day. So Dalvin Cook's final stat line is 14 for 119 and a touchdown. but 81 yards of the total and that touchdown came on that one busted, or like on that one big one that he broke. And so, like I said, those style of plays. I charge those to the other team. Like, yeah, Minnesota made the play for sure, but that's still a charge against Buffalo for, like I said, being out of position and letting it happen. I do owe apology though, man.
Don't worry about it. You ain't got to apologize.
I got to, man. Hey, Patrick Peterson, big dog. I know you be tuning in, man. I know you be watching the show, man. Just let me say, look, I'm sorry I didn't have more respect on your name, big dog. I called you out. I said Diggs was gonna go out there, eat your lunch on live TV. And what do? Boy, you go out there, you get 2 picks. The second of which, man, just seals the game. And this is what I'll say about that pick as well. Because it was a bad throw, but honestly, like, I've seen it from a couple of different angles. Like, Patrick Peterson just played it beautifully. Honestly, like he read
the QB eyes,
and he undercut and he came and got that. And so it still could have been a better ball from Allen, honestly. But Patrick Peterson, man, that's just veteran savvy. You know what I'm saying? It was an excellent veteran play, the way he played that ball on that one to close out the game. So kudos there. Just like Chop told you, man. Justin, dog, man, 10 for 193 and a touchdown, man. That top 3 catch ever. Diggs still had a pretty good day though. Diggs had a big day, 12 for 128. And that's the thing too. Diggs had a great catch this game as well. I can't remember the defender, but he had a great catch himself as well. But yeah, man, I'll say all that to say, man, it's one that got away. But I don't mind, because these are the things that Big Josh needs to go through. He needs to learn. He needs these experiences. So now, you know what I'm saying, when we get to crunch time, you know what I'm saying, when these playoffs start, when it's time to make the real push and to make the real run, now he's made these mistakes now versus making them then. So go ahead and get these out your system, Big Josh. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do what you got to do, man. Shake it all off, and then, you know what I'm saying, come back when it's time to kill.
For sure. And just to put salt on the wound, because I ain't letting you get away that easy, bro. In case y'all didn't hear us, in case y'all wasn't checking out Chopping Willie in the morning, you know, so I'm gonna let y'all in on a little bit of what my dog Willie Jack said, man.
Big Josh is playing. This is where my player of the week is coming in from. See, I need to know where I had Big Josh. I think Stephon Diggs is gonna cook Patrick Peterson every which way from Sunday. I did, girl. Hey, that's what I say, man. I did. Yeah, I didn't know you had that cue for me, my man.
Don't worry about
it. I didn't know you had that queued up. My fault.
Don't worry about it. See, I cut him short too, because he had a long. If you know Willie Jackson, matter of fact, Jarrell in here. If you know Willie Longwind, you know he had an explanation with it. You know what I'm saying? He came in and he commenced to talking about, you know what I'm saying, how people own some real estate, so a few buildings in his backyard and things like that. But we ain't gonna get into that. But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where we at, man, with that. That's where we at.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought Diggs was gonna go crazy, bro. I really did, boy. Hey, Patrick Peterson, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, big dog.
You set it up and you was ready for it, huh?
Hey, man, I thought it was gonna be a time in Buffalo, boy. I thought we was gonna have a time in Buffalo on Patrick Peterson money. But hey, man, sometimes it be like that, man. Shout out to you, Patrick Peterson, for making them plays, big dog. I put some more respect on your name going forward. I got you.
For sure. Yeah. On to the next game, Willie Jack, man. We had Detroit go to Chicago to take on the Bears, man. But Detroit came away with this W, man. 31-30, man. And for me, man, and actually, Willie Jack, you go ahead, man. Start me off with this one, man.
I don't know. I know it's your dog Fields now. Go ahead and get jiggy. Go ahead. I know it's your dog.
Okay. For me, this game turned out similar to the way I thought it was, because I felt like it was going to be a lot of points scored. Mm-hmm. And it was 31-30. Very exciting game, very entertaining game, and a game that I said like will be very interesting. And I think that if it wasn't for the Buffalo and Minnesota game to outshine this one, this will probably be the game of the week this particular week. But needless to say, man, this was a very, very good game, man. But Detroit pulls out their second win in a row, man. Second win in a row. And this is a different offense with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Swift in Atlanta, man. Those two guys are dangerous. They bring a different dynamic to this particular offense. And when those two guys are in the game, it makes a world of difference for Jared Goff, man. For Jared Goff, we saw the struggles without them, but now with them there, man, 10 for 119 yards for St. Brown. Swift didn't even touch the ball as many times, but he definitely scored. He got in the end zone.
Yeah, that it was like a 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got in the end zone. So look, there's probably a situation where he's not as healthy right now. They probably, just want to slowly work him back to getting more work in. But when he's touching the ball, obviously he's dangerous when he got it in his hands, and he continues to show that. And on the other side of the ball, man, Chicago continues to do what they do. They continue to put up the points in this new look offense that's tailored towards Justin Fields. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I made a little bit of a prediction in this game too, man. I made a little bit of a prediction. You know what I'm saying? Willie got his predictions. I got my predictions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
Willie might have missed a little bit on his, but you know what I'm saying? That happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time we hitting before we ain't hitting. You know what I'm saying? And I had a little bit of prediction in this particular game myself, man. And might I go ahead and tell you, I wasn't right about the entire thing, but just listen to me, man. Check your boy out, man. I'll be in my bag every once in a while.
Yeah, go ahead.
31. Chicago ain't gonna stop nobody. Detroit ain't gonna stop nobody. This may be one of the most entertaining games of this week. And you know what? I'm starting off with a bang, man. Performer of the week, Justin Fields. Performer of the week, man.
All right.
He's gonna throw. Now this is gonna sound weird to y'all, but this is just his stats. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna throw for 225 yards. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna count for 4 touchdowns. It may be 2 on the ground, 2 in the air. It may be 3 on the ground, 1 in the air. It may be 3 in the air, 1 on the ground. But he's accounting for 4 touchdowns this game, man. Expect a big game for my dog Justin Fields, man. 4 touchdowns.
Foul start on the play. You started off so strong, you got going a little early. If you're gonna make a Justin Fields prediction, you not gonna include the rushing yards?
You're right. So let me put it in there.
225 rushing yards.
So okay, 97 rushing yards.
There you go. We're not just gonna leave off the rushing yards now.
You're right. He gonna have at least 225 passing yards, 80 rushing yards, and we getting 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns.
Ooh.
I don't know how they coming, which way they coming, but it's 4 touchdowns coming. Justin Fields, performer of the week, man. There you go. We started off.
Hey, did your thing right there. You did your thing right there.
Hey, I didn't get the yardage right. You know what I'm saying? But I saw it coming, man. I saw a lot of points in this game. Y'all told y'all from the very beginning. I saw that coming. I saw 4 touchdowns coming, but I didn't quite get the yards, man. Didn't quite get the yards. Justin Fields ended up finishing with 167 passing yards with 2 touchdowns and 147 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, the boy was balling. The boy in his bag, and he's showing. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The boy is showing you how special he can be if put in the right situation. And this is his right situation. The situation where he can use his legs, use his athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? Now we just need to fine-tune those passing skills, man. If he can sit back there, if he can start to notice, pressure coming a little bit sooner, because he does hold the ball a little bit too long. There's certain things he needs to still get, but then also he needs to they still need to build around him. So there's a couple things that still need to happen here, but you're looking at a potential high-scoring offense or a very exciting team over in Chicago if they can get the right things going, man. So that's pretty much what happened in this game. Only thing is Detroit came away with the W, man, 33-30.
Yeah, no, and this was a very exciting, a very entertaining game to watch, man. Just like you said, man, Justin Fields did his thing. Man, 147 yards. The one that the big one he broke, the 67-yard run, man, that one was the initial kind of like read, like, you know what I'm saying, reading the weave and then like cutting back and folding back. Man, yeah, so excellent play there. The play, this is a game too, like it felt like they were like in firm control of this game. Game is 24-10 going into the fourth quarter. And so they Detroit scores 21 points in the fourth, one of those being just an ill-advised throw by Justin Fields, man. So pick 6 to Okudah. He's scrambling. He's got some quick pressure in his face. He's trying to find Cole Kmet. Just throws an ill-advised pass. It's just, it's just a young guy, second-year player. It's a young guy, young mistake. No one to hold him, no one to fold him. Okudah gets it, takes it to the house, and then there you go. No, and yeah, I think that was the one. I think that pick 6 tied the game up because so that's what tied it up. But yeah, man. So hate to see that it had I wish that, man, I wish they could have won this game. You know what I'm saying, to really kind of cement just how just how special his performance was. Now here's the thing I want to point out, man. This Justin Fields to Cole Kmet connection now starting to get some real teeth. It's starting to look awful Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews-ish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it's starting to look like. Cole Kmet, man, another very good day for him. 4 for 74, 2 touchdowns. And I want to say, I feel like he just had 2 touchdowns last game or
I know he had at least a touchdown, but he's coming off back to back games with a touchdown, and he's looking to find him, especially in the red zone.
Exactly. And I think like the change in offensive scheme and philosophy, it's benefited second to Justin Fields. Cole Kmet's been the biggest recipient or had the biggest boost to his production in game as well, because this is the third game since we've seen this change, and this is the third game. Cole Kmet, I think, has 4 touchdowns in these last 3 games. You know what I'm saying? And so his rise, like the change in offense, has been just as beneficial for him to Fields. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, like I said, then also just like I was just saying, man, it's give me shades of Lamar and Mark Andrews, man. So I say that as a very high compliment, because those two have probably one of the better connections across the league. You know what I'm saying? So We've got Big Josh and we got Diggs. Mark and Lamar got to be right there in that style of connection. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever other tandem we want to go through and name. But yeah, no, so that's a very good compliment, in my opinion. Hey, big cuz, man, come on, man, get on the YouTube, man. My big cousin Dennis in here, man. Our Dennis Jr. in here, man. Yeah, get on the YouTube, come fool with me, man. You on Facebook.
And that's 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games, just to clear it up.
Okay, good. There we go.
So he had two this game, 2 the last game, and then
that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I thought he did. Okay,
yeah. Hey, last 3 games, 5 touchdowns, man. Hey, you can beat him, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. It's looking pretty good. Let's go on to the next one, Willie Jack. And we had Denver, man. Denver going to Tennessee to take on the Titans, man. The Titans come away with this W 17-10. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, man?
Man, short and sweet. Denver ain't it. Well, no, I'm gonna do more than that. So shout out to Denver's defense for one thing, because like I said, this is a very tough game. Derrick Henry held in check, 19 carries, 53 yards, no touchdowns. And so if you're playing Tennessee, to give yourself a chance to win this game, you've got to do just that. You've got to, you've got to stop the mountain man himself, Derrick Henry. And they did that. Now the only problem is for Denver's defense is that Russell Wilson in the offense didn't give them any points in the second half. So held scoreless in the second half, which I thought there was going to be a good defensive performance for Tennessee, seeing how they performed. I commented just how they performed the last week against Kansas City, and that's why I didn't give Denver a chance in this. I was like, man, that defense playing like that, and Tannehill's coming back. That was going to be tough sledding. But as far as Russ and the numbers, 21 for 42, 286, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The 1 touchdown came on like a 60 or 70-yard deep pass to a guy whose name I don't know. Sorry about that, dog. But so other than that, pretty rough day at the office for Russ as well. That's all I got on there, bro. We got some good ones to get to. My fault, man.
No, you good. You good. Short and sweet, man. And that's these games get what they deserve, man. It is what it is, man. Ain't no sugarcoating with these games. But yeah, it is. I like exactly what you said. But I'll say this, and maybe I'm early on this. All right. Now of course, I was a fan of Denver and the moves they make, and I was, kind of rooting for them, or saying, pretty much predicting that I thought they was gonna win this division. Now we all see that that's not gonna happen. Your boy was wrong, you know what I'm saying? Boy, boy, you was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Boy, you was tripping. I'll take that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about. But I'm gonna tell you this: I did see something positive. Now, first and foremost, let's understand Denver lost 2 of their starting offensive linemen in this game. They lost their right tackle and they lost their center. Tennessee was on Russell Wilson's, this entire game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give him any time. But you know what? One thing that triggered me to watch was, how is Russell Wilson reacting in that pocket? Because before the bye week and before it was a few games where it was like Russell Wilson was seeing ghosts. And when I say seeing ghosts,
happy feet.
That means he's starting to move and look for a place to run before anybody's even getting up on him.
Happy feet.
This particular game, if you watch him and watch his dropbacks, you can see he's sitting in there. He's trying to wait. He's trying to be patient, and he's trying to go through his reads. And he looks a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. He looks a little bit better now. Ain't too much you can do when your offensive line ain't blocking nobody, and every time you drop back, you just can't do nothing, and your run game ain't working. Ain't too much you can do in terms of that. But I'm just gonna put this little nugget out there, man. Hey, if Denver goes on a little bit of a run, man, hey, you heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them hashtags. Chop told you. You know what I'm saying? Chop told you. If they go on a little bit of a run, because I didn't see that, at least that part of the quarterback play from Russell Wilson, and I think that's a big part. If he can continue that, I think they may be able to go on a little bit of a run and make this a little interesting. Make it.
That is supremely optimistic, Chop.
Hey,
boy, them boys is cooked, boy. Go ahead, let that go.
Hey, I ain't never been scared, bro. I ain't never been scared. You know what I'm saying? If I see some, I'm gonna call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see some, I'm gonna call it. That's just what it is, man. But anyway,
now they got a playoff defense, but you got to get something going on the other side. Yeah,
for sure.
10 points in the game, scoreless in the second half, can't have it.
Exactly. You was exactly right. Let's move on to the next one, Willie Jack. Let's go to another good one, man. I know you talked a little bit about this one before we got on the show today. We had Jacksonville go to Kansas City, man, to take on the Chiefs. And I'm gonna talk to you like this, Willie Jack, because I need to address something with you, brother. I need to address something with you, man. So we got Big Gino, we got Big Josh, and then you got a nerve to tell me that his name is Patty Cakes. Nah, man, we need to put some respect on his name, man.
Patty Cakes. Man, it's said with love. Patty Cakes. Come on, man.
Nah, bro, this football, bro. This football. we ain't making pancakes.
Hey, hold on, man. You got that? Hey.
And we definitely ain't playing patty cake.
Hey,
we ain't playing patty cake.
Walter Payton was sweetness. Come on, man. Walter Payton.
Hey, sweetness sound way doper, bro. Hey, man, it's Big Pat, man. I don't get what you talking about. It's Big Pat.
Big Pat? Man, that sound like somebody's auntie. With the arm that shake when she in there getting busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what Mahomes was doing. Getting busy. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mahomes was doing. Getting busy.
All right, we'll work on something. Because
we'll work on something. I need something.
We'll work on something.
I need something better than patty cakes, bro. Need something better than patty cakes. But all that to say, man, man, Pat Mahomes was doing his thing, man. He's balling. He is now, to me, clearly in the lead for the MVP race, man. I got another nugget for y'all a little bit later, man. I got some stuff for y'all today. Anyway, man, clearly in the lead as of right now. He's got that offense operating at a high level. He's throwing the ball well, and he's running the ball at the perfect time. Like the runs that I've seen Pat Mahomes do this particular year, they're at perfect times. He's finding the right place, finding the right spot, when to take off, and he's hurting defenses, man. He's taking it out of defenses when he does it. And even with the injuries, man, they still look like they moving the ball with ease. You had Juju Smith-Schuster, in which I know Willie Jack want to talk about that a little bit later, but Juju Smith-Schuster went out this particular game. You didn't have McCole Hardman in this particular game. You know what I'm saying? So the guys he had out there, Valdez-Scantling, Noah Gray, and Tony, man. You know what I'm saying? Kadarius Toney, he's starting to find his way, man. And we're starting to see that explosive, shifty, playmaking type guy over there, man. So it was good to see him do his thing. And for Jacksonville, man, they took the ball away from the Chiefs 3 times in the first half of this game and only came away with 7 points. You can't do that. That's a recipe for losing if you can't score points off of a turnover. A turnover, you're supposed to take advantage of those. And if you can't take advantage of those, especially going against a guy like Pat P and that offense and Andy Reid and the way they orchestrating things over there,
not Pat P.
Man, that's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Did I say Pat P?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad. Not Pat P, Big Pat. Until you figure out another name, it's Big Pat, man. I ain't worried about what you talking about.
Big Pat.
So yeah, man, they got Big Pat cooking in the kitchen.
Project Pat in the building, man.
Let's rock with it. We rolling with that, then, bro. Project Pat in the building, man.
God,
Willie, I talk to you about this one, man.
Yeah, no, man. And just like you said, man, Jacksonville does have to capitalize when you do get the opportunity to put point. Jacksonville
take the time
to capitalize when you put point. Let that go. Don't even worry about it, Jacksonville. Y'all ain't have a chance, no way. Let me talk to you about Patty. 26 for 35, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Isaiah Pacheco, man, had a very strong day on the ground. The undrafted rookie they found. Ain't Patty. Day 1 game Jarrell in the building.
Y'all out there tripping.
16 for 82 on the ground. Good day for Kelsey, 6 for 81 in the touchdown. Tony did get busy, man. So not blowing you away with yards, but just seeing the way he's going to be using his offense. 4 for 57 in the touchdown in the air, and in the run game as well. A 30-yard run on like some style of, was it a reverse?
Something like that.
Yeah, a 30+ yard run as well. And so, like I said, now this is the first, I guess, like resemblance to the style of threat, obviously, that we saw with Tyreek, where you can have a guy who's just as dangerous in the backfield as he is going up the field as well. So we'll see how that plays out and how that develops. Now, of course, let's get to what I want to talk about this. The hit on Juju. And so now the guy who made the hit, I think it was Andre Cisco on two. It was 2 controversial hits involving Andre Cisco, the safety out of Syracuse. I want to shout him out. He also got the pick on Patty, but I want to shout him out because I was fooling with you in the pre-draft, big dog. You was in the top 5 for your boy, man, coming out of Syracuse. So I'm glad to see you, you know what I'm saying, making plays. So to hit on Juju, what Juju seized up, his arms got stiff, and he's kind of, whatever, while he was on the ground, remnant to a lesser degree of what we saw from Tua, right? Now, this one, it was a flag on the play initially, and then they actually pick up the flag and wave it off as a no call. And so my first thought when I seen it was like, I'm all for laying wood, believe me. But I didn't know how I felt about them picking up the flag. And then when I do see the replay, this is what I want to say about it. And I guess I can understand maybe why they wanted to pick it up, but just the way these things is called, as sensitive as those flags are, I'm still surprised they did. But if you actually look at that play, Juju catches the ball, he's coming down. Now Cisco's right there to meet him, but he doesn't launch into him. If you honestly look, he stands there and he just kind of braces for Juju, who's going to run into him. And so honestly, he did just kind of sit there and kind of brace, you know what I'm saying? And Juju, you know what I'm saying, definitely takes a shot, but it wasn't Cisco delivering a blow. It wasn't Greenlaw striking Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't deliver a head blow. You know what I'm saying? And so looking at it that way, honestly, okay, I'll give him some credence or a little slack. I guess I want to pick up that call. But it's still one of those things where out of all the ones y'all can pick up, you know what I'm saying? Out of all the ones that might have been a little on the line, a little iffy, that's the one y'all pick up, the one with Juju, you know what I'm saying, gets laid out and seizes up. Coming 3 weeks now, post Tua-gate, you know what I'm saying? So the officiating this whole week 10 was just wildly inconsistent and just porous, just all the way around. And so, of course, hopefully, man, Juju make a speedy recovery, big dog. He was just getting himself really going and acclimating this offense as well. And so I don't know what it looks like on the other side of that. I don't know if he's expected to. I know he's in concussion protocol. I don't know if he's going to how long that recovery process is going to be, etc. But hopeful well wishes to you. But yeah, I just want to comment on that as well. Oh, and then for Jacksonville side, man, I'll give y'all a little love. Christian Kirk did have a big day, 9 for 105, 2 touchdowns. On score both touchdowns for Jacksonville. So you know what I'm saying, shout out to him, man. Keep cashing them checks, big dog. I don't care what they say about you. Cash them checks, big dog. Get paid. We love to see it.
They utilize. I say that they utilizing that money, man. They paid them
as you should.
So, yeah. So there they go over there, man. On to the next one, Willie Jack. We got Cleveland. I'm glad my dog Miles in the building. Jacoby and them Cleveland Browns, man. They went to Miami, man, and Miami came away and they spanked their tail, man. 39-17. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, bro?
Man, Tua and the Dolphins rolling, man. They doing exactly what you're supposed to do. When you have a what am I trying to say without being ultra disrespectful? When you have a subpar opponent, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. Go out there, roll them boys up, get out of there. Yeah, go out there, put it on. Don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them sit around and come back and steal it from you. If you're the Jets beating, you know what I'm saying, Baltimore, like don't leave that type of stuff open to happen. Go out there, you know what I'm saying, put it down and put your foot on the neck and keep it there. Tua had a pretty good day, 25 for 32, 285, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Jeff Wilson, that's who deserves a shout out in this game, man. Jeff Wilson. Now, my dog Chop went a little hard on Jeff when he got traded for the Niners, bro. You did, bro.
What I say, Jeff, bro?
Man, you was just like, bro, Day One Game Jarrell, I know you in here. You might have heard it because Day One Game Jarrell, you know what I'm saying? He keeps the minutes. You know what I'm saying? But boy, when that trade first went out, you was a little harsh on Jeff Wilson, man. I should have pulled the clip on your ass. But honestly, he's came in and he's really taken the lead in this backfield. And so 17 carries, 119 yards and a touchdown. Now, Mostert did get in the end zone, 8 for 65 and a touchdown. But the running game really carried the day for them. And so quiet day, you know, relatively speaking, for Tyreek, 5 for 44 and a touchdown. Waddle, maybe 50, 60 yards, but he didn't get in the end zone himself as well. But no, definitely, I guess, in a game in which if there was going to be one run game to kind of, I guess, be the more dominant of the two, you would have thought maybe that's going to be Cleveland. But no, it was Jeff Wilson and Mostert combined, man. What's that? 25 carries for 180 yards. And then on the other side, man, Nick Chubb, man, my dog, 11 for 63 and a touchdown. So, I mean, not a bad day rushing, but the game got away, and then you go away from them. But, yeah, no, Miami keeps rolling, man. And, man, quiet as kept, man. Miami's gonna be. I can't. I'm so excited to see how these playoffs and how the seeding unfolds because Miami's gonna be held on some teams, boy. I'm trying to tell you, and I can't wait to see it. And especially with these Bills kind of slipping a little bit, I wonder if this is an opportunity, man, for Miami to stack these wins and maybe take that division. So I can't wait to see, how some of these storylines play out.
Gotcha. And Jarrell came in, man. He said I talked about Jeff Woods, and he said that I said that he wasn't worth the talking time. Hey, well, look, I'm gonna see you like this, man.
Yeah, I thought he said something else too. Yeah.
If I said that, man, I apologize, Jeff Woods, and I apologize to you right now because you are a difference maker on this Miami team. I think he took that offense up just a little bit of a notch because he added a little bit of a difference as far as what he brings to the table and the different styles between him and Mostert both running that ball. So, hey, man, kudos to you, man. And hey, and I apologize if I said you wasn't worth it, man. That's my fault right there, man.
Yeah, he said he was like, yeah, Jeff Wilson. Oh, yes, when he got traded, he's like, yeah, Jeff Reese got traded over there. Ain't nobody at all ain't worth 3 years. So I was just like, they just brushed that boy on off, didn't he?
Hey,
shout out to Day One Game Jarrell because
that's what I'm gonna say, man. Shout out to the field fam for holding me accountable, man.
Yeah, shout out to that as well. But he also beat me to the punch. But no, put that back up there because this is where I was going with this as well. I was gonna pose it to you, Tua. Where's he at? Tua top 5 right now.
And I'm glad he asked that question because it's leading me right into where I was going when I was going to discuss this game. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna get to that, Jarrell. So stay right there with that.
Okay, yeah.
Stay right there with that. This game was a game where I felt like it turned out exactly the way I thought it was going to turn out. I said that this was going to be a game where Cleveland, the way that they was going to have to keep up was they was going to have to pass the ball. It was going to have to be on Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby Brissett can't keep up, and that's exactly what happened. They had to abandon and run a little bit earlier, even though it was a little successful. Chubb was still, on average, running the ball pretty well. You know what I'm saying? He was running the ball pretty well, but I mean, you can't keep running the ball once you start going down so many points. You got to keep up, and in order to keep up, you got to pass that ball. Now, on to Tua, all right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I might be a couple weeks too early. You know what I'm saying? But remember, again, just like I just told y'all about Denver, your boy Chop, man, he told you first. He told you first. I think it's about time. He ain't in nobody discussion right now, but it's about time we start talking about him in an MVP discussion, man. It's about that time. I think he's definitely in that discussion right now. And this is over the last 4 weeks. Now he's missed 3 games. Well, he missed 2. One was it was a bye week and 2 games. But over the last 4 weeks, man, since he's been back, the Dolphins are 4-0. He's a total of 7-1. You know what I'm saying? So he only lost 1 game as a starter on his team. All right. But
I think that's the game he didn't finish, though. That's the game, the first one that he came out
Cincinnati.
Against Cincinnati. They lost that game, exactly.
Against Cincinnati. So right now he's 4-0. These last 4 weeks, he's thrown 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. On the season, he's got 18 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, man. If I just call those stats off and before the season even started or in the middle of the season,
I'll tell you who that is.
That sounds like Aaron Rodgers right there.
Aaron Rodgers. I was just going to say that. That's A-Rod. A-Rod.
Like Aaron Rodgers right there, man. Hey, 18 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions on the season. He's averaging over 300 yards passing per game, so the last 4 games.
I would imagine his accuracy is somewhere around 68, 69%.
About 70, you know what I'm saying? About 70. You know what I'm saying? We have those stats put up, and I wish Ike was in the building because I need to talk to him, man, because he don't be listening, and I don't know what be going on with him, man, when he be talking his talk. You know what I'm saying? But he needs to hear this. He needs to understand what's going on. But Tua is playing some of the best ball in the league. And yes, right now, to answer your question, Jarrell, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to your question, but I had some stuff to get off my shoulders. My shoulders, you know what I'm saying, was a little heavy. I came in a little heavy, so I had to get some stuff off. But now I got that stuff off my shoulders, my chest. Yes, right now, Tua is a top 5 quarterback in this league. And to me, he is in that MVP discussion. Not saying he's leading it, but he's in that discussion. And I think we haven't heard it yet. We're going to have to start talking about it, man. And the next
you know what you got to do now, though?
Somebody's going to start talking about it, bro.
You know what you got to do now, though? Now you got to tell me the 5. Because that means somebody lost a seat. So now I got to hear your 5. Now, come on with it.
Okay, well, Lamar hasn't been playing too well, so he could be out of that 5. I'm gonna go Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, give me Josh Allen is up there. Did Goff take a couple steps back? Maybe, yeah. Tua's right there. Matter of fact, Tua number 3. Tua number 3. Hurts is still up there, and give me Kirk Cousins. Those are my 5. Those are my top 5 that's in there, man. My 5 QB. Yeah.
I feel like for me, I like most of that. I'm not gonna argue with 4 of those, but I want Big Gino in there for Kirk Cousins. Because Kirk, I want Big Gino for Kirk Cousins. That Eagles game where he threw like two ugly interceptions, even in this Buffalo game where that's a terrible pass to make. Now, granted, you throw into the young goat, and you know what I'm saying, he bailed you out, made a play. Well, it also is 4th and 18, so I take that back.
4th and 18, so you got to go to
4th and 18, so you got to let that go. I'll give him a pass on that one. But he also still threw a bad interception in that game as well. I think Big Gino's played cleaner than Kirk, and I think he's done it on a less talented team. So I'm gonna give Big Gino that.
I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. Ain't nothing wrong
you know what, man? I'm hating a little bit on Joe Burrow, but then Joe Burrow without Chase is it's so up and down depending on whether or not Chase is, because when Chase is in there, he's a top 2-3 guy in the league. When Chase is out, he's a guy struggling to have any friends. You know what I'm saying? He's on the playground by himself, and so he can't do his thing. But no, I'm gonna let Big Gino sit in that seat at least for a little bit.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hey, and those names are respectable, but you put me on the spot. I ain't had time to think and put everything together. So
hey, that's how I like it. Hey, cutting the bit. Hey, dang, man, come on, man, slide him in the penthouse. Don't come to YouTube. And now he said question about Hurts. Are you saying Hurts shouldn't? No,
he was asking Hurts about my top when I named him in my top 5. You give me your 5 then. If y'all in here, y'all in here, give me 5. Give me your top 5 right now, man.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know, dang, man. If you ain't gonna let Jalen have it, man, right now the way he's playing, and Jalen is quiet as kept. Well, but maybe before this game, but he's kind of been in that. He's kind of at the top of that MVP discussion right now as well for like a lot of TV pundits and etc. I'm not gonna lie, man. I haven't put much thought into who I would call the MVP right now, but I think Hurts has definitely got to be firmly in that mix, man, and near the lead the way he's been leading that team, the way he's been playing lately. Now this past game excused, but it is what it is. But yeah, we'll get to it.
For sure. All right.
Hey, man. Miles approves, man. He said, hey, that's a good list, Chop. So Miles approves. Let's go.
That's my dog. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, Miles. Appreciate you in the building, man. Let's move on to this next one, Willie Jack, man. We got more good games, man. Well, I don't know if you would call that one too much of a good game, but it was a good game for me because my dog, best in the business. Y'all know hashtag. Y'all know who we talking about. Houston, they went to New York to take on the Giants, man, and they won 24-16 over Houston, man. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, bro?
Man, my bad. All right. Houston going to New York Giants. No, take it off. I got you. No, so dog, just like you said though, man, big day for Saquon. 35 carries, 152 on the ground, 1 touchdown. Daniel Jones did what we expect him to do. 13 for 17, 197, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And so yeah, they really carried the day. Kind of like I said, man, when we were talking about this game on Sunday, Chop Willie in the morning, this is a game where I told you where there's no real juice in this game at all. There's one star on the field. His name is Saquon Barkley. And so definitely expected him to carry the day. You know what I'm saying? And so in which he did. On the other side of that, Davis Mills, 22 for 37, 319 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And the young gun, man, Dameon Pierce, 17 for 94, broke a long one, 40 yards or something like that, but didn't get in the end zone. But still, like I said, a close, moderately competitive game. Houston stayed right there in striking distance, losing by 8, but that's not overly surprised, I guess I should say, by the outcome of the game.
For sure. Yeah. And New York Giants, they did what they supposed to do, man. They played their style of game and they stick true to it. They true to it, man. They're gonna run that ball, they're gonna control that ball, and they're gonna try to they not gonna make mistakes, not gonna make many mistakes, I'll say that. And they're gonna pull it off. This time they ran into a under talented opponent, and they were able to control this game. Even though this game was it wasn't too far off as far as the score. You know,
it was a 1-score game. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was
an 8-point game. But if you watch this game, it felt like this was a game that wasn't as close, man. So New York Giants, they take care of business at home, you know, and I think they got another game next week against Detroit. So we'll talk about that when we get there, man. On to the next one. We had your boys, Willie Jack. We had your boys, man. New Orleans. They go to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And I'm going to talk about this one, man. Get out your way. Pittsburgh, they win this game 20-10. Hey, man. Hey, and I felt it. I felt it in the wind. And it was blowing. The wind blew, and it told me, man, Pittsburgh was going to get that W this week. I know they've been struggling a little bit this season, man, but they going through a few growing pains. But they got their boy back, man. He called him Big Play TJ. So Big Play TJ was back in full effect. He didn't have a huge impact on this game.
Man, whoa. See, this guy. All right. Yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let that. No, we ain't.
You ain't let because you ain't let me finish. Don't
do that.
No, you ain't hear me. You ain't hear me. No, because you ain't hear me. See, this is what I be talking about, man. See, I gotta watch Willie
because you already started off wrong. I gave you a chance. You started off wrong.
Like I was saying, Big Play TJ Watt didn't have a huge impact on this game stat wise. Like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? 4 tackles, didn't get into the sack column, but the impact that he did have, like I was getting ready to say, was the impact that we talked about before the game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What he brings to the table, how he makes everybody else better, the energy that the team was playing with. Alex Highsmith on the other side of the defensive line ended up coming away with 2 sacks in this particular game, and he had a big game. And, yeah, man, this team just played well. Even though the offense wasn't as smooth this game, they wasn't able to move the ball as fluently and move up and down the field like that. They were still able to do enough on offense. And shout out to Najee Harris. Najee Harris, man. I got my first whiff of Najee Harris this season. Man, he had a long run this particular game. And but yeah, man, Pittsburgh Steelers, they played that tough, hard-nosed defense, man. They didn't allow New Orleans to do anything. So they come away with this W. Now, go ahead, bro. Tell me what you're gonna tell me.
What am I gonna tell you now? All right, let me see it, man. Yeah, all right, let me see.
Okay, yeah. You should have been listening the first time.
Nah,
you trying to cut me off, bro.
I gave you a chance. You started wrong. All right, so just like you said, man, TJ Watt didn't make his return. He didn't get in the stat car. I thought those 2 sacks were going to TJ, and they didn't. But shout out to Alex Highsmith. And this is the thing I should say, because Chop hit all the points in the game. But this is what I should say. Alex Highsmith had 2 sacks in this game, but this wasn't an out of nowhere splash performance by Alex Highsmith. Quiet as kept. The boy got 8.5 sacks. And so he had 2 sacks in this game, forced a fumble, and it didn't get any talk or publicity or notoriety, but he was leading the league in sacks for like the first 4 weeks of the season. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was sitting somewhere around like 5.5 sacks, and had the lead for, I want to say it's like those first 4 weeks. And then I think it was Matt Judine from the Patriots who had that big 3 sack game against Chicago and overtook him because that jumped him up to 6 sacks, and then he took the sack lead. And then I started hearing everybody. Then I started seeing like Judine getting love for having a big day and leading the league in sacks. I'm like, man, well, Highsmith been leading the league in sacks for the first month of the year. It was quiet as a peak. And so TJ coming back, he definitely does have a tremendous game for us, man. 2 sacks, one of them being a forced fumble. He's got 8.5 now in the year. I don't know where that sits as far as if he's back.
He's tied for third right now. We got Judon still up at top with 11.5. Nick Bosa right behind him with 9.5, and then he's tied at third with 3.5 with Justin Wilson and Justin Houston and Zadarius Smith.
Okay,
so he's tied at third right now for in the third spot for sacks leading.
Okay. Okay, yeah, but no, he definitely have a big day, man. The secondary as well. We got DeMonte. Well, this is a smaller. If you're not a Pittsburgh fan or paying attention, you wouldn't even recognize this. But DeMonte KZ was a free agent safety signing that we had brought over. He had spent a lot of years in Atlanta. I want to say to start his career. I think he may have went to Dallas before we just signed him in free agency here. But he is the guy that got injured in the preseason. He made his season debut as well, and it was perfect timing because, of course, we were without Minkah Fitzpatrick. Who's battling an injury. And so we lose Minkah, of course. DeMonte KZ comes in fresh off IR and makes a big play as well. He gets an interception in this game. Levi Wallace also had an interception as well. But no, man, this game for sure was definitely defense and run game. It was old school Pittsburgh football, and that's the way we did it. So the defense was pretty stifling for the Saints. They weren't able to get anything going in the air or on the ground. Dalton, 17 for 27, 174 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Alvin Kamara, 8 carries for 26 yards. Quiet day there. Nothing going for Juice Landry. Made his return. Jarvis came back. Chris Olave held in check. And so, like I said, man, it was a pretty good day for us in that regard. And then, just like you said, man, Najee finally got loose, man, broke one. Man, he ran. Boy, he got in somebody's chest on that 40-yard run. I'm trying to remember who it was. He got in somebody's chest, boy, and kept trucking and stepped right over that boy. The Iverson step over. It kept going for about another 20 yards now before he got escorted out of bounds. But boy, he took somebody's lunch. But happy to see my dogs get back in the win column, man. Happy to see TJ back on this play or back on the field of play. And then honestly, man, just night and day defense, seeing how that defense performs when he's on the field. And the kind of, I think the stat I talked about before, where we're something like, I think now that when TJ starts and finishes the game, I think we're like 10-1 now. You know what I mean? And so that trend continues. And honestly, man, I'm cautiously optimistic just to see. Well, not maybe that's too strong, but I am curious to see how we finish this second half of the season, because getting back the pieces that we did, seeing that offense have a little life as well. And so I'm just kind of curious to see if, man, we can't sneak and make it interesting here down the road, man, for that 7th seed, man. I'm still holding on.
You still holding on, Willie Jack?
Yeah, man, I'm still holding on, man. Holding on, man. We need a big run, but yeah, the second half of this schedule is a lot easier than our first half. So we ain't out of it yet.
All right. Well, Willie Jack, man, it's about that time, man. Hey, it's time to pay some bills, man. It's time to let them know what's going on. Talk to them, bro. I need you to
Hey, man, come on now, man.
Bro.
Today's episode of Let the Field Speak is brought to you by the good brothers Chop Willie, courtesy of Chop Willie in the morning as well. Tune in Sundays at 10 o'clock. Also brought to you by the good brothers at No Vultures, the podcast. Shout out to my dog, Brother Red. Shout out to Joseph Kenny. Eclectic combination of music and sports over there. Go check my dog out. Brought to you by the good brothers of Real Deal STL Sports, holding us down, always in the building early and often. Shout out to my dog Skinny. I know he's a hardworking man. He ain't been able to catch these shows live lately, but I know you're hearing spirit, big dog. Brought to you by the good brothers over at Prospect and Precision Painting. Now, it's an Atlanta-based paint business, but they can get to a city near you. Find them online, man. Prospect and Precision Painting across all social platforms. That's Instagram, that's Facebook. I'm sure they probably got a TikTok. If it's social media and you're looking for them, you can find them at Prospect and Precision Painting. And so, like I said, now that's painting, drywall, and other ancillary or associated, tasks and duties as well, man. They can make it happen for you. Like I said, look them boys up online. Atlanta-based, but they do travel, man. They get out and get to it. So check them boys out, man. Hey, other than that, man, short and sweet. Keep it nice and easy. Back to the regularly scheduled programming.
All right, Willie Jack, let's go ahead and jump to it, man. And I got you back. I told you I got you, man. I ain't gonna just throw you out there, man, and just let you hanging. First off, Mom's in the building, man. She said we got a good collaboration. I appreciate it, Moms. I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dog, we've been doing this for a minute, man. I just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. What's up? What up?
Shout out to my dog Day One Game Jarrell, man.
Oh man,
this is the second weekend. This is the second time in a row. Flag on the play. How did we forget the Three Amigos? You heard I said we. How did we forget the Three Amigos, Chop?
He definitely pulled me in there. I like how you pull. He's like, oh, come here. You come on in with me, bro.
We a tandem. Hey, we a team. Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, you
peanut butter and jelly. Okay.
I know, bro, man. Shout out to the Three Amigos, man. That's like that shit.
Since we peanut butter jelly, man. Shout out to the bread, man. The film fam. Shout out to the bread.
There y'all go. Y'all keep this thing together. Hey, talk about it, man. Let's go, man. So, hey, shout out to the Three Amigos, man. That's like that, share, and subscribe. Come over into the penthouse, man, and tap in with the big dogs, man, up here, man. We appreciate all the love support as always, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Hey, back to the regular scheduled programming, man. My bad, Three Amigos, man.
Well, maybe this next game right here will get Willie Jack back together, man. Because my dog, he was talking a little bit, man. He gave me a little something. I gave him a little bit of breaking news, and my man said he seen something. You know what I'm saying? He felt something come across the sky. Something just came up over him. You know what I'm saying? Something just came up over, man. And we're gonna, you know what? I ain't gonna even introduce the game, man. I'm just gonna play it like this, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it. We're gonna play it like this, man, and let y'all hear what my dog Willie Jack had to say, man. Some updates. I got the updates for some of the other games you was asking about. So now Titans, Tennessee Tannehill for the Titans is officially active. Ezekiel Elliott, they are expecting him to sit in this game, so he might not play. He might not even play this game.
Wait a minute. Something just came over me, Chop.
Oh, let me guess what came over you. Go ahead, bro. Cook, bro. Cook.
You as soon as you said Zeke was sitting, 130 flashed in above my eyes. TP going 130 yards, bro. 130 yards, 2 touchdowns for TP, man. Y'all can book it.
Hold on, so hey, and look, my dog TP after the game finished with 128 yards, man, in the touchdown. 128 yards in the touchdown. Hey, man.
Hey, Day One Game Jarrell, where you at, man? Day One Game Jarrell, where you at? Hey, you know what time it is, man. Free TP in the chat right now, man. Come on, man. Hashtag free TP. Come on with it, man. Y'all know what's going on, man.
Hey, man. My dog said it, man. My dog said it. You know what I'm saying? He came through. He felt as soon as I told him Ezekiel Elliott wouldn't play, seen it go over him. You seen him feel something just come through his spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just through his bones. And he told y'all, man. He told y'all. And this, if you ain't got another reason to check out Chop Willie in the morning, man, there you go. I know a lot of y'all play football. Y'all playing football pools. A lot of y'all play fantasy football, man. If you'd have known TP was going to get you 130 yards before the week started, why wouldn't you play him? Some of y'all had him on the bench because y'all wasn't paying attention to Chop Willie in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
You boys need to tune in, man, because we bringing it to y'all, man, each and every week, man. Each and every week we bring it to y'all. Wednesdays and Sundays.
Miles in the building. Hey, Miles know what's going on, man. He know what's going on, man. Free Big TP, man. Free TP, free Tony Pollard, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Only thing I can tell you, I was just, I'm not type brother to toot my own horn. But all I can do is take you to the water. That's all I'm saying. All I can do is take you to the water.
Can't make them drink it, bro. Can't make them drink it.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. It's cold and refreshing, I promise. TP, man, 128 total. Let me get the officials. 22 for 115 and 1 touchdown. And then the rest of those yards from like a catch to or whatnot. But no, man, quick, explosive, decisive runner. You know what I'm saying? That's what was appealing to me from TP, from Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what's going on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Chop Willie in the morning, man. Y'all know that's where you got to go. You heard my dog now. He started TP because of your dog, man. And then when you get the dub, just let them know Willie told you, man. Come on now. But no, man, that's really what brought me to Tony Pollard. I wasn't up on Tony Pollard pre-draft. I don't know where he came from. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I seen Zeke with the tired legs, and then I seen quick, explosive, and decisive from the other guys. I was like, man, who's the other dude? And then there you have it, boy. And we've been rolling ever since, man. Free TP, man. You know what's going on. Got it done. Oh, back to the rest of the game. Dak, man, 27-46, 265, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. I wanted to talk to you about was it the first or the second interception? It was the interception he threw to CD Lamb. It was it was supposed to be a deep dig. And in doing so, the point of that play is that you cross the safety's face. And that's what Dak is anticipating to happen. And instead, CD, this is just lazy route running. There's no other way to say it. It was lazy route running. Instead of making that hard break and forcing himself and crossing the safety's face, or even, you can't drift on that throw because that's a timing throw. You can't drift. He drifts. He gets lazy. He tries to backdoor the safety. That's an easy pick. And so that's just not on Dak. It's really not. That's not on Dak. That's just like I said, that's poor route running. It's lazy route running. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting that with squarely on CD Lamb. Now, other than that, CD Lamb had a big day. He balled. You know what I'm saying? 11 for 150. He did have 2 touchdowns. Like I said, big day on the ground for my dog TP. But the story of this game, man. And matter of fact, you know what, Tom, my dog Tom, man, our dog Tom, he dropped in, man, show some love. But yeah, he dropped. I don't know if he's still in here, man, because he said he was at a game or something, man. So he might have had to shake and get out, but he wanted to show some love. But his dog, man, Baby Moss showed up, man. I can't believe he got me. I gotta come when you go out when you put up this stat line, because I told Tom he was plumb crazy. He was a plumb fool. As soon as he said this in the draft, when he started talking about Baby Moss, Christian Watson, and then Christian Watson has a stat line that goes 4 for 107, 3 touchdowns. He might have been on something. Because you ain't gonna tell me that don't sound like Randy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna, like that's a Randy stat line. You know what I'm saying? It really is. And so man, the boy finally remembered how to catch the ball. No, finally learned how to catch the ball. He didn't know how to catch it in college either. He was catching today. And he ain't catching nothing but touchdowns. So shout out to you, sir, making that happen. A-Rod, 14 for 22, 24, 3 touchdowns, no picks. This is the thing about this game. Now I had Dallas winning this game, honestly, but
we both did. I was with you on it too. We both did.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, we both did. One of the keys to I didn't think Green Bay realistically was going to win the game, honestly, because I didn't think it was okay today. But one of the things I did say about this game headed in is that Green Bay we've got to take the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands, and not for his lack of play himself, but he just, like I said, he's a varsity guy playing with JV players. And so I really wanted them to put the emphasis on the run game in this game, but I called out A.J. Dillon. I thought this was going to be a game where you want the big body in there bruising and getting physical. But they do lean heavy on the run game, but Aaron Jones was the guy that carried the day. 24 carries, 138 yards,
138 yards in the touchdown.
138 yards, a touchdown. Now, AJ Dillon did have a good day as well. 13 carries for 65 yards, and so the two of them combined, they did kind of carry the day. What's that? 35-ish carries, over 200 yards rushing.
They went for 203. They went for 203 together, and Aaron Rodgers added a couple carries in there for 4 yards. So 207 on the ground. The Dallas Cowboys defense gave up a lot on the run in the run.
They really they did, and it's not exactly right, and they really did. And so I was excited to see that for one, they listening, because you know what I'm saying. I forgot to tell you, A-Rod be tuning in sometimes when he get a chance. He don't catch the Sunday Chop Willie in the morning show, but he fade the Wednesday show every now and again. So, you know what I'm saying, he might have heard something. But no, they definitely turned to that running game, man. It pays dividends. Like I said, a couple turnovers by the Cowboys. Then also, I think there was the Cowboys had a fumble on a kickoff return.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly what happened in that part. But
okay, yeah. But so this is another game as well. So happy to see Aaron and Green Bay get something going. Now, if you're Dallas, this is definitely one where, it was a good experience for them as well, because as well as that defense was playing, well, now they know, like, man, this run game, we got to do something about this, because we can't run into this type of deal every single week. This was a Green Bay offense and run game in particular that was looking like a bottom 5 run game in the league. And so they were performing terribly, and then to come out and have such a good day against what's been such a great defense this part of the year was really startling to see from Dallas.
Gotcha. And you pretty much touched on a lot of points, and I only got a couple of this game, Willie Jack, and it's this. First and foremost, man, there's two guys that was on that field, you know what I'm saying, or in that stadium that wanted that game more than anybody else in that stadium, and that was Mike McCarthy and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Man,
Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. Y'all got to remember, man, the turmoil and everything that was happening over in Green Bay before Mike McCarthy hit it out. You know what I'm saying? It was a clash. You know what I'm saying? A clash of the Lions. You know what I'm saying? And the strong headedness. And who was the guy in that building? You had Mike McCarthy and you had Aaron Rodgers bumping heads. Aaron Rodgers felt like, hey man, we need to change some things within his offense. Mike McCarthy said, hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We won a Super Bowl with this.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So that was what they kind of did. And then of course Mike McCarthy left. He went his ways. Now he's coaching the Cowboys, and then you got Aaron Rodgers. So now you get Mike McCarthy coming back in the building, a building he's familiar with. You know what I'm saying? In Green Bay, and he wanted to pull this game off against Aaron Rodgers, man, to prove a point. They both had points to prove. I'm pretty sure they both came in this game pissed off, and Aaron Rodgers came out on top. But if I was smart, if I was thinking, Willie Jack, and I should have thought about this, I would have known that Aaron Rodgers was going to come on top. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. You want to know why? Because Aaron Rodgers been a Cowboy killer. He's been known to kill the Cowboys. His career record is 7-2 against the Cowboys. I'm talking about this goes back into the Dez Bryant, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The infamous catch play, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's years back. Dez Bryant, what year was that, Willie Jack?
Wait, the playoff game. Wait, was that the Packers or was that the Seahawks?
That was the Packers. Because the reason
then the Seahawks played the Packers that next week.
That's right. And the reason why I remember it specifically was because everybody made such a fuss about that, but it was like a minute and something left on the clock. You know what I'm saying, in that game, and everybody felt like if they would have gave that catch to Dez Bryant, they go in and score that touchdown, that game is over. And I said to everybody else, like, hey man, y'all making all this fuss. Even if they did score a touchdown, you know who on the other side of that ball, right? With enough time, y'all know, he done it before. And I believe it was like 2 years later in the playoffs, he hit Jared Cook on the sideline, deep pass, and Aaron Rodgers brings his team together. They beat Dallas Cowboys. Hey man, he been killing the Cowboys since been killing the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So that was just the thing with this particular game. And if you paid a little bit of attention, or if I was thinking about this beforehand, I would have said to myself, you know what? Hey, man, Aaron Rodgers finna kill the Cowboys, man, because that's just what he do. But all that to say, man, all the points you said were good. You was spot on, Willie Jack. But the Green Bay, man, they came through and they came away with this W. And I just want to see what they look like, moving forward, especially because, if Christian Watson is healthy, he's an athlete now.
If Boys is gonna start catching the ball, this is a different Green Bay. If he catch the ball this way, we don't know what this season looks like to this point. You know what I'm saying? If they were able to be, you know what I'm saying, have something going with that run game as well, because like the run game just now got going, and so yeah, this is definitely this season interesting in Green Bay.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see, man. We'll see what's going on. Yeah. On to another game, Willie Jack, and this one was a toilet bowl this week, man. We had Indianapolis go to Las Vegas and take on the Raiders, man. And Indianapolis came with this W, man, 25-20. Jeff Saturday in his first NFL start as a head coach, man. He comes away with this W, man, 25-20. And yes, Willie Jack, this was one of the things I didn't know, man. It was in my pocket too. I didn't know Matt Ryan was going to be the starter in this particular game, and he ended up being a starter. Hey, Indianapolis came and win this game. But Matt Ryan wasn't the story in this game anyway. The story was Jonathan Taylor, man. Jonathan Taylor was back.
JT was back.
JT was back, man, and he looked like his old self, man. He had a long run in this particular game. Indianapolis, it looked like they came in with a lot of energy and they were ready to fight for Jeff Saturday, man. I don't know what Jeff Saturday said to the team or what he did, man, but they came out. They were feisty. They were ready to go. Jonathan Taylor, 22 carries for 147 yards and a touchdown. Now, Devontae Adams did have a solid game. Derek Carr didn't play too bad, but it just wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough. And Coach come away with this W. Now they sit at 4-5-1, man. 4-5-1 over in that AFC division. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, bro?
No, just like you said, man, and I don't want to spend too much time on this one. Now, one thing I will say about the Rams losing this game, at least they didn't get a 17-point lead before they lost the game. You know what I'm saying? So Indianapolis, like you said, they came out and I think took control of this game pretty early, if I remember. I think they came out, it was 10-0. It was 10-0 in the first when they first came out. Then Las Vegas battled back kind of makes it the game for sure. But no, just like you said, man, JT had a big day. It was good to see that. And this is the way that like momentum and things happen. It's like teams are just looking for a spark. You know what I mean? That's why like you'll see the Commanders pick it up when Tyler Heineke comes in to start a quarterback. It's just some type of spark. You just need something to just get some type of momentum going, or just some type of catalyst that just help. Just, you know what I mean? It only takes one, and then momentum is so fickle that way that it really does turn into an avalanche. You just need that spark to get it going. And so Jeff Saturday hire has a big part of that. Well, maybe let's not overplay that. Matt Ryan starting again and JT being looking back to his old self probably was the bigger points there. But at the same time, still though, it's still exciting to see Jeff Saturday go out there and get a win. I know there's a lot of controversy about his hire as a coach and whether or not there was some style of, for lack of a better word, you know what I mean, privilege in play, etc. But hey, you can't argue with the results. Boy went out there, got a dub, he did what he had to do. So
that's because they weren't listening to Chop Willie in the morning. Because Chop Willie told you. If you listen to Chop Willie in the morning, Chop Willie told you that if there's one thing that Jeff Saturday can do as a former All-Pro starting center, it can go in there and work some magic on that offensive line. And
we're gonna run the ball.
Matt Ryan was sacked one time this entire game, and Jonathan Taylor averaged 6.7 yards a game in this whole game. Now tell me one other game this whole year has that happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it happened against the Raiders team, but still, they played against other whack defenses, and they haven't done this all year. But they did it this week. So me and Willie, if you pay attention to Chop Willie in the morning, regardless of what everybody else say, because everybody got their opinion. Let's just put that out there. Everybody got their opinion, but when the ball boils down, like Willie Jack said, you can't argue with results, man. And that boy went out there, and the offensive line looked like a different offensive line when it was out there playing, man. And maybe if the offensive line was playing like that, maybe y'all not 4-5, maybe y'all 6-3 at this point. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, exactly right. And so now I want to see next. I don't know who they have on the docket this coming week, but now I want to see going forward, like, does this recipe maintain? Just like you said, so the things that we saw, the improvement in the offensive line, the running game being back, Matt Ryan being careful with the ball, one touchdown, no interception. Like, are they able to sustain that? Like, is this just because you're playing a soft Raiders team, or is this something that they're going to carry on going forward?
They got Philadelphia coming.
Well, hey, and a pissed off Philly too. Oh, that's gonna be ugly.
Hey, but you know what though, Willie Jack?
Is it in Philly?
Look, I don't want to jump too far into this game, man. But Philly's run defense.
No, that's true. The Philly run defense has been struggling, and actually they made another signing. Now, not a big name player or whatever, but they still adding beef to that defensive line. Linval Joseph, exactly. So long-time defensive tackle with the Vikings and the Giants, I want to say, but he's a big one guard, or he's a big one tech nose guard style defensive tackle, just a big body to put in the middle of that defense. And that's what's so crazy to hear them say they need another 340-pound guy when you've got Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis is injured. We shouldn't have said that yet. So that is true as well. But you still got Javon Hargrave. Now he is more of a penetrating pass rushing style tackle. He came over from Pittsburgh. But yeah, so they're adding more beef in the middle of that defense. So shout out to Howie, man. Howie Roseman secured this Executive of the Year in the draft. I already told y'all that. But this boy ain't resting at all. He went Doug Linville Joseph from under a rock. Like, hey, he ain't playing around, man. So
he's trying to do what he do. But you know what? I'm surprised he ain't go get Ndamukong Suh, man. Ndamukong Suh's still sitting out there.
And you know what?
I think you might have to pay him a little bit more though.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, and especially to start the season. But honestly, man, if you Suh, I wonder what. I mean, I can see trying to get your bag. But now that the season's going on, because I can't imagine you call Linville Joseph without calling Ndamukong Suh first. And so, you know what I mean? But I wonder what's going on there, because Suh can still play some ball now. Now, like I say, he's not the guy, of course, that, whatever for what we expected, what we would need him to do. Oh, man, I would have loved to see Ndamukong Suh next to Fletcher Cox. Man, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I'd have loved to seen that. So, man, who knows, man? The season's still young. He ain't doing nothing but sitting at the crib chilling. So, yeah, it ain't too late.
Gotcha. And you know what? I think it makes sense, too, to go get Linval Joseph, because Linval Joseph is that tackle to where when Jordan Davis comes back, Jordan Davis steps right back in. If Ndamukong Suh come, Jordan Davis might be sitting. He might be sitting the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I wouldn't think that, because also you got to think about it. Like, Suh's what, 34, 35, and so he's still going to be on like a relatively limited snap count. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think he can. And the way Philly prefers to play their defense, they prefer to have like roughly two full units that can rotate. So I don't necessarily think so. I think I don't think Suh can handle those stats. Okay. It's the only thing I say about that.
I got you. All right. Yeah. 2 more games, Willie Jack. Man, we got 2 more this particular week, man. We had Arizona. They go to LA to take on the Rams, man. And Arizona comes away with this W, man. 27-17, man. And I'm gonna say like this, man. We talk about taking people out the oven all the time, man. And I'm gonna be the first to do it. This is my team. It's like one of those things, man. Hey, you can't mess with my son. You know what I'm saying? But I can. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch my son, but I can. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take my team out the oven, man. I'm going to do it first before anybody else do it. I'm taking them out the oven, man. I think they done. I think they cooked. You know what I'm saying? I think this just is what it is, man. And I ain't going to stay too long in this game, but except the fact that, when we looking like how we've been looking all season, man. Struggling on offensive line, struggling on offense. Defense has been solid, but, nothing too crazy. So it's just been that type of performance all year long for us. Cooper Kupp actually goes out this game with an ankle injury, and he's going to be out for a few weeks. Now, I'm going to throw something else at you, Willie Jack. You want to know who the real winner is, in this whole ordeal with the Rams?
Man, you better not say Allen Robinson. Who's that?
No, the Detroit Lions, my brother. I'm going to tell you why. The Detroit Lions got, 3 wins on the season? 3 wins on the season. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they're looking square in the face of a top 10 pick. You know who else they got a first-round pick from through their Matthew Stafford trade?
Oh.
The Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams have 3 wins. You looking at possibly 2 first-round picks this upcoming season right here, man. And I don't see the Rams getting any better, especially now that they are being forced to put the cup down. You know what I'm saying? They've been forced to put the cup down. Now you got the Detroit Lions coming off 2 wins. We already been talking about their offense. They coming off 2 wins in a row. The offense has been solid. If they stay around that range, they get maybe number 5, number 7 overall pick, and then get another number 8, 9 overall pick from the Rams. Hey man, who's out there, man? We're gonna have to start jumping into our scouting a little bit earlier and see what Detroit is doing. You know what I'm saying? Aiden Hutchinson is already shown to be a promising young defensive end on that defense. Of course, they're gonna try to add some more pieces, man. But
I got you. I can tell you right now.
If Dan Campbell hangs on, Detroit is looking pretty solid, man.
No, and I can tell you right now, Detroit gets 2 top 10 picks, and let's say they top 8 picks. One of them's a quarterback for sure. Because I think you're still going to bring in a guy to eventually replace Goff. Unless he finishes super strong, maybe they get a 6-game win streak and they get to somewhere around 9 or 10 wins and threaten a playoff berth. And then maybe that wouldn't even be enough for me either. I still think one of those first top picks is going to be one of the quarterbacks. Big three in this one: C.J. Stroud, Will Levis from Kentucky, and then Bryce Love from Alabama. Let's say they get one of those guys. That second pick, man, you got to go on defense. The defensive line, the Lions defense that can't stop a nosebleed. And man, Jalen Carter out of Georgia, man, that's a name for y'all. Big defensive tackle. A lot of people will tell you he was probably the most talented tackle on that Georgia defensive line, even last year with Jordan Davis and Buddy got drafted by the Packers. The other guy, I can't think of his name. Sorry, brother. But yeah, Jalen Carter was probably still considered probably the more talented guy between even with those guys on the field, but he just wasn't draft eligible. So yeah, there's your two picks, Detroit. Y'all can have that one for free.
Gotcha. Well, there you go, Willie Jack. You gave me any picks, man. You got anything on this game, man? Besides
Well, so Colt McCoy comes out, man, has another day in the sun, man. So shout out to Texas's very own Colt McCoy, 26 of 37, 238 yards, a touchdown, no pick. James Conner, a workman-like day on the ground, 21 for 69, 2 touchdowns, hop 10 for 98. Rondale Moore had another strong showing, 9 for 94. He's kind of quietly picked it up here these last few games, and I'm happy to see that. I was a big fan of his coming into the process as well. Biggest thing for me, man, is just the Cup injury. And also now, depending on how the season goes, do you want him to? Well, I don't know how serious that ankle injury is. I don't know if it's going to be a weekly thing or if they're going to go ahead and put him on.
He's required surgery, and it's looking like about maybe I think they said 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Don't quote me on that.
That's what I was going to say, because if it's an extended injury, and especially when it's going to require surgery, sit him down. I don't even want him to come back. Honestly, sit him down. Go ahead, sit him down, man. This one is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just go ahead and let that rock, and let's see if that money was well spent on Chop's boy Allen Robinson, man. This is his chance now. No more excuses now. You the guy, because ain't nobody else out there. We'd have seen it. So let's go. Let's see what you got.
For sure.
And shout out to Day One Gage Jarrell, boy. He taking it hard to your Rams, boy.
Hey, I wouldn't expect any on the way, man. Hey, that's how we coming, man. I'm gonna go hard at you, bro. You better get it to me. Hey, it's all good. Yeah. Hey, but the Rams, I would say the Rams got what they wanted, man. They went and got that Super Bowl last year. Now you paying for it. Now this is
paying the price.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. Pay for the Super Bowl. Now you pay for it with a credit card, but now
exactly. Now the bill due. That's what I just been saying too. Because now the bill is due. But but I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. In all honesty, if y'all getting that ring, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have did all that and not got that ring. So getting that ring, submitting those moves, just like Chop said, this is exactly what you went out and got. So now it's time to pay the piper, but you got your ring first, and so you got that.
I'm with you on that, Willie Jack. I definitely agree. So I can hold on to my championship for a couple of years, man.
No, that's yesterday's news. That's old news. Yeah,
but you can't tell me what I'm holding on to it, bro. I'm holding on. I know we ain't there, bro. I know we ain't got this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding on. Mm-hmm. All right, man. On to the last game, man. The last game of the week, man. We had the Los Angeles Chargers go to San Francisco. What's up?
We got 2 games, bro.
Did I was moving too fast, bro?
No, because I don't think we did. Or man, maybe I'm tripping. I hope I'm not. I didn't think we officially talked about the Washington Philly game. I know it's came.
No, that's gonna be the last game. Okay, we got 2.
Okay, I was making sure that I wasn't tripping. I was like, hold on, because I know we mentioned it a couple times, but I don't think we actually talked about it though. Yeah.
Well, thanks for keeping me on track, bro. Thanks for keeping me on track. That's why you're my dog, man. That's my dog. But before we get into that one, then let's go ahead and go into this San Francisco game, and we had Los Angeles Chargers go to San Francisco to take on the 49ers, man. Willie Jack, what was your take on this one, bro?
And so, the Niners win this game, and honestly, now I thought this was going to be the game that Elijah Mitchell had was the game I wanted my dog Christian McCaffrey to have. So Elijah Mitchell comes back and has a very impressive day. 18 carries, 89 yards, and then to C-Max 14 for 38. C-Max did get end zone, but quite a skip though. Now the way Elijah Mitchell looked, and then still as C-Max is still learning and growing in this offense, etc. This can be a very nice dynamic duo. You know what I mean? Because the way Elijah Mitchell is performing, he's a shifting, elusive runner, nice one-cut guy that's going to thrive and do well in Shanahan's system anyway. And so now seeing him now pairing with like I said, a C-Mac who's still only growing in this offense, they got something cooking there. This to play out, and I mentioned it earlier. So the hit on Justin Herbert by what's his first name? Greenlaw.
You said Greenlaw.
Yeah, but I was trying to think his first name. I want to say Kenneth Greenlaw for some reason, but I don't think that's it. Dre Greenlaw, excuse me, Dre. Dre Greenlaw. So the partner in crime with Fred Warner, the other inside linebacker there at San Francisco. So it's right before halftime. I want to say it's like 30 seconds or so left before halftime. Justin Herbert scrambles and he's getting hit by two guys. Somebody's kind of on his legs, and so he's starting to go down. Jimmy Ward, I think, comes from his left and kind of strikes him like in the left and in the back and kind of propels him. Now this is as Greenlaw is coming from where he's at, his linebacker, and so he delivers a blow. The way it transpired, it was a blow straight into the face mask of Justin Herbert. Helmet got knocked up, chin straps on his nose, and so it was a direct strike to the head neck area. And so, of course, the flag was called. That's not the issue. But Greenlaw was thrown out of this game for imagine in college like a targeting call. It was they played it like a targeting. So in college, targeting, no matter how vicious or not, you're gone. And so he was actually ejected from this game. I want to say this is the first actual ejection for that penalty that I think I've seen. Maybe there has been another one, none's coming to mind, but that was always a thing. Once they put in these new procedures and policies in place for contact to the head and defenseless receivers, etc., this was always, kind of an option, I guess, if the hit was egregious enough, that it felt like the referees felt it was warranted, that you can actually throw a player from the game without warning. Doesn't matter if you had a previous penalty or not, you could be thrown from the game. So he gets thrown from this one. The commentary on this play was interesting. Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico, I want to say, they're the new Sunday Night Crew. So Chris Collinsworth had an interesting perspective on this. And once I heard Collinsworth's take on this, he kind of won me over as well, because you got to keep in mind, Greenlaw, these bullets are live. These plays happen in milliseconds. And so Greenlaw's launching, he's got a target. He's attacking the target for where it was. And then the way the bodies fall, the additional contact for Jimmy Ward, and this is Chris Collinsworth pointing it out. It's like, well, man, if he gets that hit from Jimmy Ward, and Jimmy Ward actually kind of brings him back across or brings him back into position for that Greenlaw hit that he's already went. He already shot the gun. You know what I mean? Like, if you play defense, man, you'll have a coach tell you sometime in your life, pull the trigger, shoot your gun, fire your load. It's always something about don't sit and wait on it. You got to attack. You got to go get it. You got to make your decision right now, and you've got to be there. You got to go. And so that's what Greenlaw's doing. He can't wait to see how he falls or how he does. He's got to shoot right now. And in doing so, then you get contact from Ward. It kind of changes Herbert's fall path, so to say, and he does take a nice lick to the face. And Greenlaw gets ejected. And so, like I said, that's the thing I want to point out in this one. I don't know how I feel about the ejection, honestly, especially, like I said, when you go back and kind of look more into it, maybe that was a little overplay there, but you can't deny, I mean, the hit to the face. Those are the style of hits that can get you in a situation like Tua, can get you in a situation like Juju just now. You know what I mean? Now, Herbert was we'll say fine, you know what I'm saying, relatively. He does come out that game for, like, I think the rest of that series or so. They were actually kind of driving right there before half. They may, I don't know if they're going to score or not, if Herbert's still in the game, but I can tell you what they didn't do. They didn't score when Chase Daniels came in the game for him while he's getting checked out. And so possibly a missed opportunity there. But no, outside of that, man, just that's what I want to point out on that one, man. We actually seen an ejection for one of these style hits. And like I said, to my knowledge, I can't think of another one. Unless it's just
I'm with you on that too, Willie Jack. And I feel like that like you said, the bullets are flying. I don't think I'm going on I don't think I'm ejecting him on that, man. I don't think I'm doing that. Do the penalty or whatever you're gonna do. Definitely a penalty for sure. Mm-hmm. But to go through the full ejection process, I wouldn't have went that far. Now, as far as the game, I'll jump back into that. And you talked about Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, man. And what I've seen, man, and I'm sorry with it, Jack. I don't know about this 1,500 yards coming from Christian McCaffrey, but the reason why it's not because of Christian McCaffrey, but more so because I think they are going to do a committee approach by committee, and I think that actually bode well for both running backs. I think Christian McCaffrey he's not going to have to touch the ball 30 times a game, you know what I'm saying, which you don't necessarily need him to on this team. You know, in Carolina, he was the only weapon. You know, well, I ain't gonna say only weapon because you still had DJ Moore and guys like that, but they ran the offense through Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? And over here, you don't necessarily you can run the offense through Christian McCaffrey, but you don't have to force feed him 25, 30 times a game. You know what I'm saying? You got another running back that's more than capable. You got a great offensive coordinator. Miss Christian McCaffrey has never been surrounded by this much, you know what I'm saying, as a whole, you know what I'm saying, as far as a coach that's going to put you in the right position, players around you that are all, you know what I'm saying, dogs, you know what I'm saying, one of the best offensive linemen in the league, and a back that can come in and spell you and give you like quality rest, you know what I'm saying, rest is going to be that's going to play a huge factor, especially when playoff time comes, because I do expect this San Francisco team to be a playoff team and be very dangerous in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I expect them to be very dangerous because of the physical style of play and what they bring to the table. So I think it is going to be a little bit of a committee by approach, but I like it for them. Especially, like I said, with the injuries too. So I like the way it looks. On the other side of it too, I've seen some good things from Herbert. Herbert made some great throws in this game, man. Even without his top guys hitting DeAndre Carter on some deep passes.
I mean, early, man. Went to him early and cashed in. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He was hitting some nice passes in this particular game. But just like me and Willie Jack both said, that San Francisco defense is still pretty good. And San Francisco was just going to be a little bit too much for that Chargers defense too. And that's what happened, man. That's what happened. They were able to slow down Herbert, enough to win this particular game. And not such a high scoring game. So I had we both picked San Francisco in this particular game, and they came up with the W.
No, for sure.
Gotcha. And then on to the last game, man. We had Philly going to Washington to take on the now I almost missed the name of the team. Philly going to Washington to take on the Eagles, man. And Washington comes away with this W, man. I'm sorry. Washington going to Philadelphia to take on. There you go. And Washington comes away with this W, man. 32-21, man. 32-21. Yeah. What did you see in this one, bro?
Man, and well, this game and kind of we started the show kind of mentioning it, especially like when we were talking earlier, the Kansas City hit. This game was and it's fitting that it was the Monday night game, so the very last game of the Week 10 week, a week that is lambasted right now for just poor refereeing, officiating across the league. And then you have this game where I don't know if there were more. There's been one game in recent memory that had as many controversial calls or non-calls or just completely blown calls than this one here. And that's really what's unfortunate, man, because I'm not going to say Philly was going to go undefeated, but I don't want to see them lose like this. And also, I hate this score. We lost like this before as well, where you get a garbage touchdown at the end of the game that spreads it out 32-21. From, like I said, they were doing that.
The end of the game toss
backyard, lateral, hook and ladder, nonsense or whatever. And so Washington gets a cheap touchdown that way in the garbage time. But this was the game, it's 26-21 in Philly, like I said. And this, as bad as the officiating was, you can't even say it was home cooking because we was at Philly. You was at the crib. Yeah. You was at the crib and got done like this. And so, I'll give you some of the quick stats. Hurts, 17 for 26, 175, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He had a rushing touchdown in this game as well. A.J. Brown, held in utter incomplete check, 1 catch for 7 yards. Heineke on the other side, 17 for 29, 211, no touchdowns and interception. Man, my dog. Scary Terry, man. I'm not going to lie. Scary Terry is like, I feel so vindicated that Scary Terry hit the scene and balled, because I was way early on Terry and boys was looking at me crazy. I'm so glad, man, he's doing this thing. He had another impressive catch in this one as well. But so now that all that's out the way, here's the calls I wanted to point out. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. So one of them, the personal foul against Chauncey Gardner Jr. on what was called a late hit on the right sideline. Now I can't remember who it was for the Commanders, but they showed a replay. He obviously initiates the contact while he's still in the field of play. I mean, his foot's about to come down right on the line, but still, I still didn't like the call. And I honestly, when I first seen the flag, because after the hit, he was just standing there. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's going to be a weak, taunting call or something like that. I'm like, man, they got to quit. He ain't make no gesturing move. He just stood there. He just stood there like, yeah, I just did that. Smacked him. You know what I'm saying? Let me have my moment. Let me bask in my glory. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing aggressive or nothing like that. They throw a flag. I thought it was going to be a taunting. I didn't think it was going to be a late hit or a hit out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And so bad call, 15 yards, extends that drive as well. That's a drive that should have gave Philadelphia the ball back. And so now that drive is extended. This other one, man. So you've got the garbage touchdown that gives you 6 points, right? We already talked about that. Let's take that off the board. 26-21 was what the score of this game was before these next two plays here. The next one we'll talk about is the missed face mask on Dallas Goedert. So there's a point in the game. Dallas Goedert makes a catch. He's fighting and struggling for yards. He gets a egregious face mask, head face turn. He relinquishes. What can you do at this point? You know what I'm saying? Get your neck broke or let the ball go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fumbles the ball. Washington picks up that fumble, ends up returning it for a touchdown. If they go review the play, now the face mask, which is obvious, especially in the replay, it's not a reviewable call. And so that's just a blown one by the officiating crew. You just can't, and I don't want to say that the officials have to be perfect, but some of these ones, there just doesn't make sense that you miss it. Like, and I want to point out, remember the Saints.
He actually got hurt that play too. Dallas got hurt on that play. He's gonna be out for at least 4 weeks.
Oh, damn, yeah, he is as well. Oh man, that's tragic. And so not only that, you give another 6 points. That's 2 touchdowns. Without extra points or whatever, that's 12 points on the board for Washington in a game they won by 11. You see what I'm saying? On 2 atrocious calls. Well, no, the second call is the other one. The late game personal foul call on Brandon Graham. Tyler Heineke's kind of scrambling. He's trying to run some clock. He's dead meat. He can't get away from Josh Sweat on one side. Brandon Graham is coming from the other. And so it looked unorthodox. He goes to take a knee. He doesn't slide. He doesn't just dive or just fall on the ground. He goes to take a knee. Now, it happens pretty bang, bang. I don't know where the whistle blow was.
And I don't know. What I'm gonna have you do is talk us through it. I'm gonna have you talk us through this play, man. Play by play, man. I need you to just talk us through it, brother. Talk us through it. You know what I'm saying? And let us know what was going on in this particular play, man. Just let us know what's going on, bro. Talk.
Oh, you got it. Okay, I didn't know you had this pulled up. Okay,
I got you. Talk us through this play, man.
Dog. Okay, here we go. So we've got Heineke. Boom, I'm dead. Okay, fall down. This is what I don't like. He starts to get back up. We don't have the audio here. There's no whistle when he first goes down. Now look at him get up. Because he's untouched. Because you can go down. We've seen before where guys go down, they don't get touched, they get up and they run touchdowns. He goes down, he starts to creep like he's getting back up, and then you see Josh Sweat kind of fall on him, and then you see Brandon Graham who's in pursuit. Now, mind you, I've been Brandon Graham. That's the guy. I was the backside rusher coming, chasing that down. Brandon Graham ran 20 yards on that play, if I had to guess or imagine. 20 yards at a dead sprint after he had to just fight and bang with a 330-pound human to get free. And then now he's got hustled on those stubby 275-pound legs to try to chase this boy down. You see him kind of squat down. He starts to rise up. There's no whistles, bang, bang. Even the contact, this is why I don't like the call. Because it wasn't forcible contact. You can visibly see that he's pulling up. He puts his hands out to brace Tyler Heineke and keep himself off of him. And so you can tell, and it's obvious and as quick and bang, bang as it was. I thought it was a terrible call. And that's the call that was the game. That call was the game right there. And that's why I said when I started this is that I'm not saying Philly was going to go undefeated, but I don't want to see you lose like this. Because that was just, I hate that play. I hate that play call. Even with everything else that still happened, Philly gets the ball back right there. Time is short. It's less than a minute in that game, or it's going to be less than a minute when they get the ball back. So I'm not still saying that cost them the official game, but it cost them a chance to win that game, a chance that they fought and earned to get. You know what I mean? Outside of the gifts given to Washington by the officiating. Now, kudos to Washington. Hey, man, sometimes that's how the cookie crumble. If our dog Miles is still in here, you know what I'm saying? He been saying that for 20 years. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumble. Sometimes you just get every call. The ball just bounces your way. You get those calls. But everybody knows you'll be on the other side of those calls as well. It's just how it goes. And so it is what it is. But to see Philly at home with that call, especially, they've got to do something about that. Because if you're going to give yourself up, give up. And if you're not, then you're not. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be, you can't have defenders caught in the in-between. Because if I'm going to err on letting you get up and now you run a first down or run a touchdown, because we've seen that happen, or trying to like doing what I can, make sure I tag you down. Because when a guy does go down, you have to tag him down. That's what prevents, because just going down doesn't stop the play. Peyton Manning literally had a play like that. Well, whatever. I don't want to get too off track, but he's had the same play. He just like fell down. A guy jumped over him. He got right back up, and slow ass Peyton Manning ran for another 15 yards. You know what I'm saying? It's happened before. You do have to tag and touch these guys down. So he's coming in. He could have laid him out. It could have been a Jalen Herbert-esque style blow. It could have been, you know what I'm saying? That's what he could have did. He didn't. He's coming down. He's at full speed. He puts his hand out to brace, keep his body off of him. He touches him. And then, man, I hated that call. I absolutely hated that call and hated that that's the one, like the game essentially ends on that type of play. And so, yeah, I hated that one, man.
Gotcha. I'm a little bit on the other side with the very last call. Everything else, I'm agreeing with you on. I'm a little bit on the other side with the other one, and I think they made a few rule changes too, Willie Jack, when it comes to that. Essentially, if a quarterback goes down purposely, it is ruled as that he's giving himself up. You know, even when it's not just a slide,
but it's got to be clear and obvious. For one, yeah. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Even when it's not a slide, or even if it's a dive too. Like it's been times this year too where it's usually if I fall forward or if I dive, you know, I can get back up. But if it's a slide, it's dead. But now it's if I dive, if I give myself up, and I feel like him in that particular situation, he gave himself up, and then when he gave himself up, the defender is still about 4 yards away. And
4? Was it?
He was man. To me, I felt like he was far enough away to at least to me it looked real clumsy, because it looked like a play where I've seen plays where a guy can slow up a little bit, maybe try to jump over him or something like that, but to be down to be coming down full speed and then try to pull up at the last minute. I get yes, he definitely was pulling up. So the play could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it just went to that last play of the game, and they pretty much cost him their chance of winning. That was the part I think that hurt the most.
This is you make a very good point, but this is the point I want to say as well.
Okay.
If Tyler Heinicke, like you said, once you establish you're giving yourself up, you're safe. Tyler Heinicke squats down, and honestly, I'm also putting myself in the position of running, chasing that play from the backside, looking through a helmet or a visor and coming. I don't know if he's in with no whistle as well. It all happens pretty quick because he does kneel down. Now, who's to say he's officially down or what? He also starts to rise back up. And so if you're going down, go down. Go down and curl up in the fetal position. Like, I don't like that he's running around, he's scrambling, because it's not like a victory formation where you snap it, you step back, you take an obvious knee, because we know what that is. He scrambled and ran around. This is a 6-second play. You scrambling, you running around, you start to go down, you start to come back up. And ain't no whistle blew, then now I got to be sure. And so, yeah, I'm coming. But even when he was coming, he still did it in a way that's like, okay, I got to be sure now. And so I'm coming for you to make sure. But like I said, it's not malicious. There's nothing. Like, I think there's got to be some style of judgment. That's what I was hoping for. And we've seen that they could, and seeing them pull that flag off of Juju, I don't know why we didn't have a conversation. Something. You know what I'm saying? I wish we could have just did something. I just hated that call because, like I said, I hate that you can't have any in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't leave defenders guessing in the middle, because as a defender, man, you play defense, man, we got to err on the side of he can't score or he can't be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you in coverage and you see a ref throw a flag, you ain't stopping your coverage. You don't know what that flag's going to be. You don't know if it's going to stand or not. You got to play that. You got to play that through the ball. You know what I'm saying? If the ball's in the air and there's a flag and you see it thrown in the corner, yeah, it don't matter. You still got to go play ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's the position some of these guys are in. But yeah, the fact that he put his hands out purposely, I'm tagging him down. I kept my body off of him. Yeah. That right there for me tells me, okay, this wasn't the guy out there reckless and negligent acting. And that's why I'm like, okay, now we got to use some type of common sense. And the fact that Tyler Heinicke go down. Like, I want that type of clarification for the QBs. Boy, you better take your ass down. Don't play. Don't sit in the middle. Don't squat and get up. Go down. Go down and down. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's any in between, you're gonna get smoked. You know what I'm saying? And so, unfortunately, man, like I said, this just an ugly day all the way around, man, for the Eagles. Boy, that's an ugly way to lose, man. Now, not to say it can still be a spectacular season for them, but yeah, just the fact that this is where you take your first blemish, I really feel bad for these Colts now because Philly gonna be fired up. We'll talk about it Sunday on Chop Willie in the morning, I'm sure. But boy, that would get out of hand, boy. Philly motivated.
Philly gonna be motivated, man. They go, hey, we definitely tune in to Chop and Willie in the morning Sunday at 10 a.m. man. We're gonna be live and the fake, man. We got it coming for y'all, man. Willie Jack, that pretty much wraps up every game from week 10, man. Now we just got to give them that Thursday night preview, man. It's a Thursday night game tomorrow night, man. And we actually might have a pretty good one, man, on our hands this time around, man. It ain't two of the top teams, but I think this could be a solid game, man. We got Tennessee going to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Willie Jack, who you got, bro?
Ooh. Green Bay coming off an impressive win against Dallas. Now, mind you, Dallas had plenty of opportunities in that game still, but Green Bay finding this run game for one thing.
You need to hear my explanation first. Help you out.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk it through.
I got you. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go Green Bay in this game, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going Green Bay because I'm gonna treat this game the same way I treated the Cincinnati game when I told you they needed to keep going with their momentum. They came off of a win the week before they had a Thursday night game when they struggled a little bit. Remember at the beginning of the season, me and Willie Jack. Specifically Willie Jack was talking about how this offensive line wasn't playing up to par. You know what I'm saying? They were struggling. Joe Burrow was still getting sacked. The team was struggling, and then they got a win. They found a way to get it done. And then I was like, hey man, this is the week they need to keep the momentum going. And they had Miami on a Thursday night game, which was of course Miami with Tua. It's a tough team. But now of course Tua did come away with a concussion in that particular game, but they came away. They kept the momentum going. They got a W. And now look at where Cincinnati's at now. This one, I think, could be the exact same thing. Yeah, Tennessee is coming off of a win. Green Bay is coming off of a win, but Green Bay, this is a game where they need to keep that momentum going. You know what I'm saying? And going into a short week, it's like, okay, this can be exactly what we need. You know what I'm saying? We just came off this W. Let's keep this going. Whatever we got going, let's keep it going. Christian Watson, you stay up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep hitting you. Aaron Jones, you know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't you all game, because I just gave you the ball 24 times, maybe we switch it up and give A.J. Dillon the ball, you know what I'm saying, a few extra times this game to spare you a little bit. But ultimately, we need to keep what we got going. Let's stay hot. Let's stay ready to go. And let's come away with this W. So, man, I got Green Bay in this game. I think that this Tennessee defense is playing some good ball. Don't get me wrong. They playing some solid ball. So, I don't know if they're going to be able to run as much on this Tennessee team. But this Green Bay team is looking really, really solid. And I think that the Green Bay defense, too, is going to be able to do a little bit more to Tannehill than this in the passing game. And I got Aaron Rodgers, man. I got some trust in Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers, he still got some tricks in the bag, man. He still got some tricks. I'm going to go 24-20 final score of this game. Green Bay over Tennessee, bro.
Okay. And honestly, man, you made some really good points there, especially about Green Bay coming off of a win, getting some momentum, starting to, you know what I'm saying? It just like I talked about before with Indy and Jeff Saturday coming in. Teams just need any excuse to turn the page. You just need a spark. You just need one to just get it going. And then from there, if you build on it, man, then you really get the rolling. And then we've seen Cincinnati get hot like that and wind up in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that is all it takes sometimes. And coming on the short week and Tennessee coming to you guys, that is a tall order.
Yeah, that's in Lambeau, baby. That's in Lambeau.
It is a tall order. But now let me tell you why I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee on the road on a short week.
Talk to me then, Willie Jack. Let me get a game up then.
Green Bay's defense gave Tony Pollard, my dog TP, 130 yards. Derrick Henry is coming off a frustrating day, I'm sure. 50 yards rushing. And so Derrick Henry's been running with a little. He looks like he's wearing a little extra motivation. I don't know. Them runs look a little angrier.
He was listening to Chop and Willie in the morning.
Hey, he probably was, man. He heard me say he wasn't going for 1,000. Hey, he heard me say he wasn't going for 1,000, and he was like, "Who he talking to?" You know what I'm saying? So
that guy who I was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm thinking this is a game. This is a game in which Derrick Henry has a chance to have himself a day now because, like I said, we're coming off a game in which, like say, Green Bay's defense. Not to say they got flat out exposed, but there was Dallas was able to have success in the run game. But the biggest thing for me is this Tennessee defense. Tennessee's defense is really playing some great ball. Now, mind you, this last game was against Russell Wilson in the Broncos, not the high knees from Mile High, but but these Broncos. But the week before that, it was Patty Cakes, Project Pat. Big man. All right, we're gonna work on Patty, man. Prior to that was Patty. Now Patty got held to 20 points. Now he threw 450 yards, I know, but he got held to 20 points. You know what I'm saying? And then, so you've got 2 weeks in a row that defense is playing phenomenal. Green Bay's offense is still putrid. This one day in the sun is just not enough to convince me that this is going to be a trick. Like, this is the game I need to see. This is the game and this is the defense that I need to see that offense show up for, that now I can get some confidence in going in with those guys going forward. But for right now, it's still a one-off. It's still a flash in the pan. Christian Watson, Baby Mouse, shout out to my dog Tom. Christian Watson caught 4 passes in this game. He's probably got 40 passes caught in his career, college and the NFL. The boy couldn't catch a cold. And so I don't know that this wasn't just what it was. A one-off, a flash in the pan, lightning striking. You know what I mean? So I got to see more. And the way Tennessee's defense is playing, I've got more faith in their defense shutting down Green Bay, or Green Bay reverting back to what they were before this one-off game with against Dallas. Now, it being short week in Green Bay, that does worry me some, but I'm still going to ride. I'm going to ride a motivated Derrick Henry, especially seeing how Green Bay did give up over 100 yards in the run game. And so I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee in this one. I actually have a similar score. I've got 23-20. And so I do think this is the game where the defenses do kind of carry the day, namely because both these passing offenses are struggling more so than anything. But Tennessee's defense is playing at a very elite level now. Now we're just talking the last 3 weeks, but they are playing some really good ball, and they get a soft target, honestly, in Green Bay's offense, in which they come out there and especially establish themselves early. Then man, this can get ugly. Well, no, I don't think it's going to get ugly. I didn't mean to say that. But I think they can firmly go out there and put a firm hold on Green Bay, running that offense, and then you just sit there and let the king, Derrick Henry, pound you.
For sure.
I feel that. Let Derrick Henry go crazy. Man, come on. See, you
rubbing off on me. Let's get Willie Jack up out of here, man. Let's get Willie Jack. Willie Jack, that's it and that's all, man. We went through all the games, man. We gave you the recaps. We gave you the Thursday night preview, man. We told y'all what's going on. Hey, Willie Jack, it's about time, man. Wrap us on up, bro.
Hey, there y'all go, man. Week 10 is in the books, man. Like I said, a lot more going into this week. I don't think I was expecting as many good games as there actually was. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Buffalo and Minnesota, but I think this is a game that was a week where we struggled to find like games of the week, because there was the obvious one in Minnesota and Buffalo and not much else. But then, like I said, it turns out, man, that there actually was a lot of good ball played this weekend, man. So from some unusual suspects. Day one game, Jarrell said, whoa, hold on, we missing something? What happened, Jarrell?
No, he was talking about your comment, bro. That's what he talking about.
Man, hey, man, it's Chop fault. Man, Chop been out here loose, boy, for a couple episodes, man. Now he done passed it to me. Chop was out here wilding. Chop was out here wilding, boy. I'm pulling those footages. But yeah, other than that, man, y'all know what's going on, man. Business as usual, man. Let me get the rundown, man. Who was in this thing, man? Shout out, of course, to Day One Game Jarrell, man, in the building early and often, man. Holding us down the long and strong way, man. We appreciate you as always, big dog. Man, the fan was in the building, man. Shout out to my baby sister. My mom was in the building. Man, a couple of my cousins came through, man. My cousin TC dropped in, man. My big cousin Dennis, he slid in here on me as well, man. Appreciate the love, big dog. Who else is in this thing, man? Come on, I'm looking for you. Man, I can't find all these names. Oh, man, our dog Miles is in the building, man. Our dog Todd came through. Man, help me out. I'm looking for you. Oh, man, Damian Nichols is in the building, man. We're cutting Damian. Big Jeff, man. Jeff Walker slid in on us for a little bit, man. We appreciate the love. Man, I ain't even see Dubs in the building, man. Big Chef Dubs was in the building. No, it says, OJ Dubs. It's not.
That's Juice. That's Oscar.
Oh, Big Juice. Okay. Oh, but the Dubs threw me. See, we got a Chef Dubs, man. Y'all can't be changing these names on me, man. Hey, shout out to you, Big Juice, man. Appreciate the love, big dog, as always, man. Man, other than that, man, y'all know what's going on, man. I'm scanning and I'm searching, man. I'm trying my hardest. I didn't find you, so guess what? If I forgot to say your name, you can say it with me, man. Charge it to my head, man. Don't charge it to my heart. You know we thinking about you, big dog. Come on, man. Appreciate the love and support as always, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't want to do it without you, even if we could, man. So appreciate everybody to be coming through, man. Appreciate our love support for sure. Man, circle back, man. Tap in with your dogs on Sunday. That Sunday show, boy, hey, we dropping some jewels now. We dropping some gems on these Sunday games, man. We dropping some games on these. We dropping some gems on this Sunday night, man. What Miles said, Red? And not my heart. Hey, said with me, big dog. You know what's going on. But yeah, man, make sure y'all tap in with us on Sundays, man. Sundays, 10 o'clock, man. The pregame show, man. Chop Willie in the morning. What you doing, man? You know what's going on. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, man. You ain't say till you touch home base, man. The home base show ain't going nowhere, man. Wednesdays at 7. You know what's going on. You know what time it is, boy. It's Wednesdays. We don't worry watches on Wednesdays because you ain't got nowhere else to be but in here with your dogs, man. Kicking it like we like to kick it, man. Talking real football, talk real football fans, getting busy, man. Other than that, man, hey, that's it. That's all. We love and appreciate everybody that comes through, rocking with the team. Appreciate the members. You know what's going on, man. Man, come on now. Y'all can't keep doing this to me, man. Shout out to Real Deal STL Sports in the building. Made a late appearance, man. Just dropping in just in time to show some love, man. Huge salute, man. Hey, you know we appreciate you as always, man. We appreciate the love and support, man. Tapping in. I shouted you out of your absence, dog. I knew you was here in spirit, man. So good to see you. Hey, but other than that, man, that's it. That's all, man. We will be back on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock, man. Tapping with your dogs. And just like that, we gone, man. Peace. Big Josh is playing. This is where my player of the week is coming in from. See, I need to know whether or not I had Big Josh. I think Stephon Diggs is going to